in Orlando, Florida, and yes, you saw the thumbnail, and we are going to chop up a high performance dish. Brandon Walsh here owns Star Mount Company, and he's been doing this with the normal dishes that a lot of you probably have. You think no one's ever done it with high performance?
I mean, I've on a lot of the forums and a lot of the pages and what I've never seen anyone do it, so we might be the first. I'm pretty sure, well, at least we're the first one to share it. Okay. That's for sure. So
make sure to talk loud.
It'll be interesting because we're going to take us nice and slow because we don't really know what's in there. It's probably very similar to the other ones, but we're going to take it nice and slow and take our time, but we're going to learn a lot here because the goal is the reason I'm here in Florida, I'm from San Diego, is you look behind me, I got 20 brand new Starlink dishes that I've been cutting down for a relief effort organization that they've been asking me to cut them down and make flat mounts for all their relief cars.
Right.
And I have one behind it. I'm going to grab one so you can see.
And so Brandon was here about 2 weeks ago now, and he did 5 of those, and so now they want him back to do 20 more. So some people on Twitter were saying, why are you cutting these up? They will be operational. They're still working. This is not just a fun experiment.
Yeah. So we take a Starlink and we'll show you what each one looks like. But the end result is this. We cut it down to about 1 inch, and there's the whole circuit board. But that's your Starlink right there. That's what would usually be pointing at the sky.
I'll talk louder.
And what we do is we cut it down. We make this mount right here, and then essentially it goes inside here with the clear cover, and you have your Starlink, which is that thin. And what they're doing is they're putting them on top of cars. We have RVers they're putting on top of the RVs, vans, semi-trucks, you name it. Like literally everything. Race cars. So that's what we're doing. And I've had a lot of people ask, do I have a mount for this big one? I don't.
Right.
Well, now we have one today, and the first step to making one is tonight.
Because this is a newer one, and for a while it was just limited to business, but now residential customers can get it. It's more rugged than your typical dishy, and it's much more expensive. However, the price of the service is the same. So $110 for the service, but this one's $2,500. This one's what, $599? Okay.
$10, yeah.
So I've never seen this one in person.
I haven't
seen
it.
it?
I haven't
So
seen it in person.
first we got to cut it open, of course. Cut the cake, as Scott said. What are people commenting so far? I can't see that yet.
Mostly just hello, howdy,
Hi.
Ellie in space, hi Uncle Yukon.
What
It's
are?
Bob Rachel.
Should I lift it up first? Okay. This is clearly the hardest part.
Clearly. All right, here we go. Look at how much bigger the box is, first of all.
Yeah.
I mean, close this back up for a second. This is how much bigger this dish is.
Right.
I mean, it's almost double the size in the box, so this thing's gonna be massive. So. Dang.
What do you guys think about our workstation here? Wow. Okay.
It's a big tripod.
Compared to the one behind it.
So just for comparison, this is the high performance tripod, and this is the residential one. So quite a big
Do you think
difference.
they're
there.
interchangeable?
I'm gonna guess that they're interchangeable.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I guess that one's torn out. Won't be able to get
We're all learning together, by the way. You want to open this one and we can compare
Yeah.
sizes? Okay.
So yeah, I mean, look at that. It is almost twice as. It's probably twice as big. The thing is massive.
All right, you guys. Also, you guys leave a comment if you have one of the high performance dishes, because I don't think a lot of people have them. Let me make sure that I can see the chat. All right, I'm gonna take over the camera now so you can just get started.
Do you know what I see right when we were talking about earlier? Check this out. So remember we cut this guy, right? So I'm gonna show you guys the back of one of these real quick. We cut one of these apart. This is the this right here is the case that goes over the top of it, right? And we got to take this off. And as you see, we cut really, really close to that on the ones we do for the residential dishes. Now check this out. You see where those holes are, guys?
Yeah.
Speak
I'm
on
gonna,
it.
I'm gonna guess that we can probably
Yeah.
cut right about here first,
Absolutely.
because I'm assuming, see where those end up right here?
Yep.
I'm just going off what they did before.
That's probably where that comes in.
It's probably
Yep.
right about there.
Right about
These
there.
are breathers just for the motor area, so I'm
Right.
gonna assume it's probably right about there.
Yeah.
I
So
think we're gonna start there.
Yeah.
explain to people again, you've never cut open this one, so what are you looking for to make sure that you do it right on the first try?
Well, I want to make sure we don't cut anything important. You know, we know what's inside these other ones because I've done a gazillion of them, but I've never done this one, and I'm not sure if there's anything big in there that we don't want to cut through. So we're really gonna try and start off slow here and cut off the bare minimum and kind of peek in there and see what's going on before we just go in it, because it is an expensive dish and we don't want to mess this up. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So we'll do a little more of the unboxing here. This guy. Oh, damn, this thing's heavy too. Damn.
Wow.
Should we see what else is in the box first?
Sure.
There's a lot in the box.
All right. So looks like we got the regular style mesh that they all come with already.
The Hohmann transfer orbit.
Yes. Yes. For anyone who is wondering.
Some people might not know what that is, and Scott, you just taught me what that is. So,
It's the Hohmann transfer orbit.
which is?
And, well, that is the transfer orbit between Earth and Mars. So you can see the Earth orbit here, and then there is the Martian orbit there. And that is the orbit that you would take to transfer any sort of satellite from Earth orbit to Martian orbit.
Cool.
And that's also, Brandon turns around for a second. See, it's on the back of the Starlink t-shirt. as
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you have Starlink, maybe you guys didn't know what that was. So
well. Some people know. Some people know.
some people,
Yeah.
but not everyone.
Yep. Hohmann transfer. All right. So now that is the standard router.
Oh,
right
guys,
there.
I don't think you guys understand how excited I am about this cord.
Oh yeah, I know.
We'll talk.
I know how
We'll talk
excited.
about that.
We're going
later.
to talk. Yeah.
I'm super excited about
Yes.
this cord right here.
Now,
Oh,
in the
man.
normal dishy, you just have the dish and this router. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. But if you look in here, you say, wait a minute, there's another piece of equipment. You got this
Right.
one right on
Okay.
here. What's that all
That
about?
is the power supply.
Yeah, that's the power supply. And why do you think there's the power supply?
Because it
It's-
sucks more power.
Yeah, because this dish requires way more power than the original. This requires 150 watts. The original is 75 watts. So this
Okay.
router can actually output up to 90 watts. However, the power over Ethernet, well, the standard only goes up to 70 watts.
Okay.
So it's right at the limit of what it can do. So they've come up with their own special cable for this one to be able to do 150. And that's what we're going to notice if you compare this cable in here to the original cable. This is definitely a thicker cable, heavier gauge for sure.
St. Miles, thanks for the super chat. And he says he just got his last week. So I'm curious where you live that you even wanted to fork over the extra money for a high performance.
It's a long story in that they accidentally sent two.
Right.
Okay. And the reason for the high performance is that where I live, everything is really great except when we have heavy downpours, which is what we have
Right.
in Florida all the time. So when a thunderstorm comes in here, I can lose service for several minutes at a time. And we're talking about these downpours that are like inch a minute or something, or
Right.
not an inch an hour kind of downpours where you get a lot. So I was curious to say, I wonder if this is going to be able to cut through it. And I haven't had enough heavy downpours yet to be able to tell, but so far it's performed pretty well.
But you also said you tried to give the extra one to help with the Ukraine
yeah.
efforts, and what happened?
Well, actually, going way back to February when my order first came in for the first dishy, I said, I don't need it. I've got fiber working here. I was interested in getting it. Just ship it over to Ukraine. And Starlink said, no, we can't actually take it because it requires different manufacturing for going over there. So I think it's different power supply and a few other things.
Okay.
So they said that no, it was not ready to be able to go over there, that the dishes that are in North
Okay.
America really have to stay in North America.
Cool.
The same thing with some of the others. And this thing here, of course, we're hoping that this is going to find a much better home now. That's the whole idea, is to get it in a position that is able to work. Now that thing is pretty cool.
Do you know what
That
this is?
Yeah.
This is awesome. So
Yeah.
I figured out what these were when I bought a bunch of the pivots for the roof.
Yep.
For I have two on top of
Yeah.
my house, and they give it to you, and I was like, "What is this? What is this? Like cover? No, it's a carrying case.
Yes.
So you can put your dish in this thing, and it's got. I'll just show you. It's actually pretty sweet. So
backpack.
it's like a little mini backpack. Because I don't know how many of you guys climb on ladders, but if you're trying to climb on a ladder with something, it kind of sucks. You put the whole dish in here, right?
Yeah.
Like this. You pull it tight.
Whoa.
Put it on your back.
And
You
up
can
you go.
climb up the ladder without having to sacrifice an arm or a hand for
Yep.
pulling it. So that's pretty
Falling
sweet.
off the ladder.
Exactly. It's pretty sweet.
And that thing is pretty heavy. So it turns out that even the smaller dish will fit in here. If you zip it up enough, you can also pack the smaller dish in there. So it is pretty neat.
Scott, Michael wants to know, do you have a Tesla Powerwall to store solar power?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Oh, by the way, you guys, we have a familiar face in the room. We have
Hello, everyone.
Roof Bob.
Hey.
You might have seen his video about the Tesla solar roof. So
Yeah.
we just got the gang here.
Yeah, thought we'd come down
Yeah.
and give everybody a hand.
I flew in just yesterday and I'm leaving tomorrow. So this is a very quick trip and we have 20 of
Right, you
these
just kinda quick to set it
Starlinks
up.
to modify
We'll
for
go
this
together
relief
first.
organization.
Was that-
But
oh,
like
yeah.
I said,
Yeah,
Scott
that's
happened to have this extra high performance. So I wanted to share it all with you guys.
Man, well,
Take
here.
advantage. So
Yes. We're going to show right now what the whole thing looks like.
now we're just setting up the high performance dish. But don't worry, we will get to the Dremel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You need
we
the
will.
crowd.
Someone
you can
said I
put it bigger.
clickbaited. No, we actually are going to chop this in half.
are
This is
chopping it
not. This is not.
There's no clickbaiting.
This is not a drill.
Relax.
It's a Dremel.
Well, there we
It's
go.
a Dremel. It's not a drill. It's a Dremel. All right. So
So that would go in there, obviously.
this is heavier duty, and it's even a little bit longer than the original dish. It's 82 feet versus 75 feet.
Peter says, "What is the benefit of cutting it up?" Peter might have just joined.
All right. So the benefit is this is obviously a smaller version of the regular dishes, right? But this is, imagine trying to put this on top of your car, right? I understand they're made for houses, not made for cars, but there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have made their own ways to put these on their RVs, their vans, their semi trucks, whatnot, boats, and it's kind of bulky, right?
Right.
And some people just want a nice, permanent, clean look. And most people think, oh, you got to be pointed north. Well, the truth is it doesn't, because Starlink just came out with a flat mount themselves for the boats, and it's completely flat. But the whole point of it is to do this with it. This is a residential dish. This is the piece that I make back here, and we'll go over it one more time again. We cut the residential dish down to that thin.
Wow.
There's the entire circuit board. That's pretty much what came out of it. So if you were to flop back over,
Back like that.
that would be your dish, right, that you have. We cut
Alright.
everything apart. We take the guts out of it. We take all that out of it. We
Oh,
take-
and show this little. We discovered there's a 4-leaf clover.
yeah, there's a four-leaf clover built into the circuit board in every single one of these.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, after that, we take, this is actually the white wire you see right here is actually the white wire that plugs into the leg of your Starlink right here. So we take this whole thing apart, take the wire out of it. We made a place to put it in here, and we plug this part right here, plugs back into here, comes right back down, nice and flush, and we have a nice piece of clear material that goes over it, plastic right there. Bolt it down, you're good to go. And the cool thing is it still uses the same plug as your regular Starlink wire. So you don't have to cut any wires or anything. You just plug your 75-foot cable or 150-foot cable right here, plug it in the wall, you got internet.
Well, and let's remind people, you started this business, 3 months ago, and it's just absolutely kind of taken off. This is not like your only job.
No. I was just making. I did the whole off-road thing. I wanted to live stream, like we're doing here in our hotel room, but I wanted to do it on a moving race car. I wanted to do what NASCAR and F1 does, and be able to share my in-car footage and what my co-driver and I are talking about on the radio. I wanted to be able to share that with everyone while I'm racing through the middle of Baja, Mexico,
Right.
with people around the world. And the problem is you need internet. And
Right.
unfortunately, Mexico doesn't have the greatest internet to start with, especially in the areas that we race. And it's really hard to do any of this stuff in a car. So we took a Starlink just like this that wasn't cut apart. I drilled a hole in my roof of my race car, just dropped it straight in so that the hole that was there was now just a Starlink. And I had this pole coming through the roof, and it was, we strapped it down. But what happened is it actually worked, and I was able to live stream to like thousands of people. It was crazy.
Right, and so it's evolved into you making several different
Yeah.
variations.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of
Yeah.
inundated with orders
Yeah,
and
that's the
relief
thing.
efforts too.
I was literally just making them for off-road guys, and it blew up into everyone wanted one, and we've made them smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's about as small as you're gonna get.
Right,
there.
right.
So that's how it all happened. It happened very, very quickly, and
So
we're cutting
now,
everything up.
yes. So what are we gonna do? What's the first step?
Step is we're gonna clean this table off, and we're gonna
Yeah.
turn the
First
drum.
thing
We're
is-
gonna turn the Dremel on, and we're gonna start cutting.
Just before we do that, let's go through quickly what the setup looks different.
Okay.
This is the extra piece. Normally, you plug straight into here. But because of the extra power requirements, there is this power supply that's needed to provide the 150 that's needed to there. And this piece here is what Brandon is really excited about. This is only a 2-meter section of Starlink cable. So this is the same gauge as what goes up to the original, or I guess what they call the standard.
Right.
And if you look at the two side by side here, you can see this is much thicker cable. And actually, when we unplug this right now, we take it out, and if you look really closely, you either will see it there or here.
This is
You'll
the one.
see the connectors
This
are.
is the size sensitive one right here.
Yes.
Yep.
You will see the connectors are slightly different. So you
okay.
cannot plug them in incorrectly. And
Yeah,
that's
they
why
are.
you could not take this and plug this directly into here. It won't work.
Okay.
You have to go through the power supply here to do it. Now, there is one other interesting aspect to this, is that you can actually run it without that. Without this, because you have an Ethernet cable, you can take
So
that
it
away.
seems as if
rather
what
than
you
plugging
can-
this
yeah,
in,
exactly.
you plug that in right there. And that
Yeah.
might be the way you'd actually use it in a mobile unit.
Exactly.
You don't even need this anymore.
Exactly.
If you've already got a router.
Exactly.
Hey Brandon, the Shard Baby wants to know, how does Starlink fare with vibrations when attached to a racing car?
That was like the one thing I was worried about the most was like, I was pretty confident how I had it strapped down. It wasn't going to fall off. I was pretty confident in the camera system that we had, the power supply. I was more worried about how much abuse is this thing going to take before the circuit board just gives up. And it didn't. It didn't at all. We took it back apart, looked at it after. Everything was all sound. We've been doing it on multiple race cars now for a couple months, and we haven't lost any yet due to vibrations. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, everything has a limit, right?
Right.
Some of them, there's going to be casualties somewhere, but right now, I think they're built pretty good, though. They did a really good job, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, the other thing to point out is that the field of view of those is only about 100 degrees, a little bit more than 90. This has a field of view of 140.
Oh wow.
So that means the chances of you dropping out are a lot less. So you're
Gotcha.
having a better field of view. So if it's a really mission critical kind of situation, like in an emergency kind of vehicle, that might be the way to go.
Westcott says,
So-
let's go, Brandon. Awesome idea and application for the technology. Are you so sick of hearing, let's go, Brandon?
You know what? I'll be honest with you guys. Here's the deal. You know that just everyone talks about Karens, right? I
Yeah.
felt like my name last year was like right up there with Karen for a couple seconds. So, yeah, I don't know why this thing won't come out. There we go.
There we
All
go.
right, now that is the bigger one, right?
This is the bigger
That's
one.
the bigger one. And
Oh, we're
if
gonna
you want
test to see
prove
if it works on the other one?
Here's the smaller one, and I already know the answer, but let's go ahead and see if we know.
Baka Red 77, I'm watching this on my Starlink. Heck yeah.
There you go.
Of course.
So it does work.
Look at that. See?
So
Yeah.
I'm
Interesting.
gonna assume that the reason they did this, guys, is because if you're actually relying on the tripod for stability, you probably should use the bigger one. But if you have a smaller footprint and this is bolted
Yeah.
down, this would work just fine. But
Yep.
it's probably better if you're just gonna leave it on its own to use the big one. So.
Right, right.
Yep. Exactly.
Now, I have
Cool.
a question as a Tesla solar roof owner.
Okay.
This is intended to mount to the roof
Correct.
of the house, right?
Mhm.
I don't know how I would do that with my solar roof.
So
Oh.
these are made for like guys where we're gonna go out to this parking lot real quick
Yeah.
and just put it wherever you want.
Sure.
Right? 'Cause that's the cool
Okay.
thing about Starlink. You can bring it anywhere you want. What I was saying about this backpack is they have a pivot. It's made for roofs. The footprint's about this big. It's super small, and it's just enough to hold
Actually, it
this
doesn't
thing.
go on the roof, it goes on the sidewall.
They have ones
Okay.
for. We have both. They have
Yeah.
sidewalls and roof ones.
Okay, so
Um,
there's options.
There's options,
There's
and
options.
only
You
about
don't
this.
have
It's
to
only about this.
fabricate anything.
No. Yeah,
The other thing to point out is that if we don't have a measuring tape, but if you were to measure this, these are like really odd dimensions. I was hoping they would be like 16 inches or something like that, so you could put it right on stud, and you can't. I don't know where they came
They're
up with
not.
these numbers. And then a neighbor of mine has a metal roof, and he said it exactly matched the fasteners on his metal roof. He just popped them out and popped it in. He didn't
Really?
drill any holes.
Interesting.
So I don't know if that was coincidental or what, because I was looking up at metal roofs to see what the whole pattern was of metal roofs, and I think there's a lot of them.
So Tin Man wants to know, has the American Red Cross expressed any interest in this modification?
To be honest, I'm like a one-man band right now, and there's a lot of people in my emails. So there's been a lot of like a couple of hurricane relief people from Louisiana too, Texas. They're starting to catch on to the fact that they can use this on these vehicles because it's so much better than what they're using. And when the power goes out somewhere and the grid's down, they don't have internet.
Okay.
So yeah, American Red Cross, no, but there's been a couple other ones for sure.
Yeah.
One of them right here.
The people that,
One of them's right here.
got you
so,
out here. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And just to point that out, that I was not personally affected by Ian as far as anything happened to my house, but I did lose power for 4 days, and internet was out for 4 days for my neighbors. So between power walls, also having the solar panels, not the roof, but the panels, and having Starlink, I had no problem.
Right.
And to run this, you only need, well, maximum 150 watts. It probably uses less than that. And you can also do the smaller one for 75 watts, probably runs less. And I was able to run off my Tesla no problem. A very tiny inverter can easily put out what you need. So in the middle of nowhere, you're up and running. You don't need power. And so in these disaster situations, it's really the only solution.
Yeah.
I mean, on the race car, we have a 250 inverter on there. It's about this big. It's made by Victron 250, and it's plenty of enough. And I don't just have that on. I have the stream system on there too. So I'm pretty sure it would still be able to
The only
power
reason
it,
this is 150 is to melt snow.
Yeah, exactly.
About 75 watts goes into melting snow.
Yep.
So most of the time, it's probably only at 75 watts. So in Mexico, do you have any problems with snow in Baja?
No.
No.
Not too,
I
not
didn't
too
think
often.
so, no.
So are you going to mark it first?
No, it was just, maybe, just, I don't know what I was going to do.
Okay.
Do you want to sign it first?
Start the tremolo.
Sign it
You want to
first.
sign it first or what?
Okay. Where should I sign it?
Well,
Where's
don't
the
do it
place
there
to sign
because this might be what stays on there. Do it up
Okay.
here because this is all going
This
to be
is up
trash.
here.
So beautiful.
All right.
Everyone
Love it.
says with that signature. I must
By the
be
way,
a
this is
doctor.
his signature agreeing that I can cut into his Starlink. So,
Perfect.
so I got it. I
Ellie,
got it.
Ellie, you got to sign it too. You signed everything.
All right.
I got it
Ellie
on.
has to
I got
sign
it on paper. I got it on paper.
All right. But Ellie, completely upside down. There we go.
Perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
That is the same exact piece, guys.
Hand it back to the professional.
It's got to be
I
right.
would think so.
Maybe not actually. It's a little bigger, I think. Cause look at this one. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. But that's okay. We're gonna assume that if we start cutting right about here,
Yep.
that we're gonna be okay.
All right.
And really, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Right?
Remember, you guys,
Yep. Now I'm assuming
we're
because this
exploring
is
together.
a Elon company
So.
that he likes to have
We're
fewer
learning
part
as we
counts,
go.
which is why this is probably the exact same thing. At least
Correct.
The diameter is the
You
same.
were about a centimeter off of the other, on the other one,
Oh,
further down, right?
correct. But I'm putting this line so when I do make a cut,
Yeah.
I assume I'm gonna go off of it,
Okay.
not just like freehand it. You know what I mean? Put this here. We'll start with this side, and then maybe we'll do that over there. All right, you guys ready to do this or what?
You guys, close your
All right.
ears.
Starlink chop shop.
I think we're good right there. What do you guys think? I don't see anything down there.
Looks pretty good on that side. This one, I can't quite tell. Looks like it might be good here.
Right there.
Some white plastic in there.
I
but
do.
we're just pushing back down.
That's what I'm trying to see what that is. You see that?
Yeah.
Interesting, huh? Let me try right here. It may just be a little bit deeper, or it might be part of the casing still. You know what I mean? We'll go a little further down there.
Yep.
I like that better. I like that better, yeah. I like that better. Okay. So we're gonna do that right there, okay?
That's what the inside of yours at home looks like.
We might be running into one of these feet, maybe.
Yeah.
What are people in the comments saying?
Do not try this at home. Ellie, you are beautiful. Remember, we haven't done this before, so this is us, like, doing this live, figuring it out as we go, and I figured, why not go live, right? I was in news for almost 10 years. F it, we'll do it live. That's my mantra today.
Right, so I like that cut right there. I don't see anything. I don't see
That
anything
looks
there.
nice.
I don't see anything there.
Yep.
So now I think we're gonna do. Let's do the same thing on this side, right?
Yep.
And then we're gonna explore here. We're gonna go a little. I'm gonna go a little more here. This down here though. You know what I mean? Just because I don't really know.
Yeah.
It seems pretty solid right there. See that? See anything? And the truth is, we don't want it to be here. We're gonna want to bring this as far down as we can. We're just going. We're starting
Sure.
high because we don't want to hit.
Would there be
anything.
any way to sort of make a
Oh, make a
portal
little
in here
hole
to
so we
take
can
a
see
look
it?
in
Yeah,
there?
let's do that.
So we can then
Yeah,
look
yeah,
back in
yeah.
there.
I don't want that to fall in there, so I'm gonna grab some.
Brought my
Fry
scope
it
from
up here
home.
a little
Poke
bit
in
here.
there to look around, but
I don't think you knew we were gonna be doing this today, though. All right, so you see it? Check it out. That's part of the plastic still. See that right there?
oh, okay. So it's kind of connected.
So
to
we
that.
need to stay where we were.
Okay.
We're almost right to the bare minimum of where we want to go up. I see that.
Okay.
So we're gonna. Yeah. You see that right there?
Yep.
There's something there. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, actually, it's right. You see it right there?
Uh-huh.
So I'm in between two things right here. So I'm just gonna try and pop this off. Might as well, right? There it is.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's the roundness of that piece, right?
Right.
So this is where we want to cut, and if you look, we actually barely hit that right. We're about to almost hit it right here because it's
But
circular.
that's just a structural member. We don't.
Correct. No, this this is the back of that gray piece that we got the other ones.
Yes. And if that gets hacked up, we don't really care.
No, we
What we
don't.
care about is that green stuff that we can see deep
Correct.
down in there.
Correct.
Okay, so
correct.
Scott, someone's asking, they're coming in late. What's going on and who are we? So, who are you?
Okay.
This
if
is
you-
yours.
Yes, this is mine. This is a Starlink
Florida resident, Scott. Well-
High performance Starlink dish. So this is a residential. It's about twice the size as a normal dish.
Yes.
So we don't have the normal dish, but we have kind of the backside of the normal dish. So it's twice the size, twice the performance. And we are removing these mounts so we can come up with a flat mount that could be mounted onto a vehicle,
Yes.
like rescue vehicles, emergency vehicles that require, in disaster situations, to be able to have a signal, to be able to communicate and coordinate activities. And behind us, you can see all the boxes that were getting chopped up.
Right. So this
For a good
is
cause.
yes. So this is.
Brandon could probably explain what that cause is a little bit better than me.
So Ragnar Rocks wants to know: wouldn't it be easier just to remove the whole cover?
Well, I'll show you on this one why you don't want to do that. So if you look really close to here, you'll see all this glue. So in between this gray and this white, it's glued down. And the glue is touching the board. So to try and crack this thing off, if you see all these little white things, to crack this off, you are going to crack your board 100%. That's why anyone who's ever, there's a lot of videos online of people doing this too. No one does that because you're going to completely destroy your board. So,
Gotcha.
And what's kind of holding the board together to the front is all these little plastic pieces all the way around.
Right.
So if you clip those off, you're just gonna have this board flopping around. And we kind of, so the case that I make, this is the star mount, flat mount. We use, this edge is essentially the legs, you want to call it, of the Starlink again. So this is all these spots all the way around are what's touching the bottom in here, which is allowing it to sit perfectly flush in this box.
Gotcha.
And then obviously they're not peeled off right now, but this is a clear piece of plastic that you can see through. It'd go right here with 22 bolts, and there's an O-ring in there, and it keeps it all sealed up and good to go. So that's kind of what we're trying to do with this. We're gonna make a flat mount version of the high performance residential / business dish.
So important to note that we are chopping this, but not destroying it.
We're not destroying it. Some people may look at it as being destroyed, but we are
repurposing it.
Modifying.
We are just trying to use this Starlink that's massive on a moving vehicle where we can't have a 30-inch thing on top of the car.
Right,
We
right.
want to make it an inch, 2 inch.
And you already did 5 of these for this relief organization here in Florida, and it's been working out pretty. They're on Jeeps, right?
They put them on Jeeps last week, and then behind you you'll see 20 more. They sent me back out here yesterday. I got here last night, and I got 15 of them done, or 16 of them, 15.
We'll take a look at the stack.
Yeah, do you want to come check out the bathroom?
You guys, this is like cribs, but Courtyard Marriott.
So
with
each
Starlink.
one of these is one of the Starlinks cut apart with its respected bottom piece. And I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I've done 15 of them so far. I got 5 more to do, and we're taking a little break to do the high performance one. But
Because we wanted to show you guys and
Yeah.
figured now was a good time.
so it's definitely rounded. You see that?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's rounded and it squares off, or it's kind of a big circle.
Yeah,
I
it
don't.
makes me think that they may have done an oval shape or
Hear that?
yeah.
That's pretty solid right there. It's like finding a stud in the wall. You know what I mean?
Right.
Haircut and a shave.
All right, so let's do
I mean,
this.
the mount that you're gonna make or design is going to actually fit this in exactly. So
I would like it to be a lot as short as we can get it.
right.
Obviously, this isn't going to be our end cut. I'd like the end cut to be like down here if possible.
Right.
But before, I want to
You gotta
cut.
know
I want
what you're getting into.
I want to cut this out first and be able to peek in there and make sure there's not
Sure.
like something in the way that's going to.
Mounted Patrolman says,
And-
can't they use a stud finder?
Well,
Maybe. Probably
all
not.
that's gonna do
Metal,
for
we're
us
trying to
is
find plastic.
identify the motors themselves.
Yeah. So what he's looking at right here, just so you can see, this is what we're trying to figure out. Let me get one of these pieces here. Is this actually goes right on here like this, or like this. So that's in there, and we know that they seal the motors off from the board. So this is going to be this, and you can see the start of it on this one. Is obviously different than this one, but what we want to do is like you see, when I cut these out, I cut it right on the edge of this, and we don't know where that edge is on these ones yet. So that's what we're trying to figure out. Where do we start? You know what I mean? And how
Yeah.
far can we go down?
Is this plastic piece the same size in there? We suspect it's a little bit bigger.
It's got to be bigger.
We're
It
already
looks
seeing the
it's-
design
it's-
difference.
It's rounded too.
Yep.
It looks like so.
It's got a curve to it on this one side.
Mhm.
So.
All right, so we're gonna continue to cut here. So Well, let's just, in the event that stuff is symmetrical, which it probably isn't. I don't have a ruler, so this is gonna be my makeshift ruler. This is just my close ruler. Let's see if that works. Do a little hold, test it, and see what we got.
What do you got?
That's good.
Good?
I think so. What do you think?
It's pretty hollow.
Yeah.
there.
That's clear.
Someone said you guys are my Avengers.
Hey, it's fun. This stuff's fun, man. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good time.
Why not?
You know, and I'll tell you what, I've had a lot of people ask me about these things, so I'm super stoked that,
People are still asking what we're doing, so we're gonna have to just like
Keep explaining.
reiterate it a few times.
We are repurposing this
Yes.
for a different application.
Yes.
and honestly, there might be
And
someone
actually
that's
a
already done
humanitarian
this.
application.
Someone may have already cut one of these things open. I have never seen it myself, so it's kind of like we're kind of learning as we go here because I've never cut open one of these the bigger dishes before here, so.
Right, but you were pretty excited about it.
Oh, I'm super excited about it. Because I'll tell you what, these things pump out a little more download and more so upload.
Yes.
And for what I do with off-road racing, for example, now this isn't, for hurricane release stuff, but upload is what you need. So like you're on YouTube right now, you're uploading. That's what you need. You need the upload. They got everyone watching. They're using the download. They're downloading you. You're uploading to them.
Right.
So when I'm off-road racing in the middle of the desert on a moving vehicle in the middle of another country, the upload is what I need, So technology like this that gives you more upload, anyone that needs upload, whether it's me, it's you, any emergency people or anything, this could be a step up from using these ones in the same way.
Right.
If you need that extra upload, you know what I mean?
Especially if you have no cell towers, the cell
Yeah.
towers are down, there's no power, the internet
Right,
is off.
right.
It definitely helps.
I mean, think of like an emergency vehicle trying to upload all this information to their whole team all over the
Yeah.
world. I mean, uploads everything when it comes to stuff like that. So these do a little more of that. So
And
we're gonna-
also, the uptime could be a lot higher with this because it has a much higher field of view than the original one.
it
So,
may on a moving vehicle,
on a moving vehicle,
it
for
may
sure.
not drop out as much.
Yeah.
If it does,
And I'm finding out that at home, I get dropouts with really heavy rains. And the new one here, the high performance, I got that to make sure I could maintain connectivity with heavy rains.
Mm-hmm.
I know people in California have no idea what a heavy rain is. But in Florida, sometimes we
I
will
would just
get
like-
every evening, we might get 1 or 2 inches of rain just fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
When that happens, suddenly the internet will go down for a couple of minutes
Yep.
because of that. And it turns out the high performance seems like it's able to see through those clouds much better.
Right.
And I've heard that, some people said that maybe snow or rain or something like that will be an issue. And that's one of the reasons to go to the high performance. The other thing is that if you really have good coverage, I'm sort of fortunate where I've been able to mount it at my house. There's no trees or anything like that are nearby that block it. I know a lot of other people that have it, they will lose a little bit of coverage because of some obstructions. And that's probably why they're getting dropouts. But if you can really get a clear view, the only thing that's going to knock it out is a heavy downpour. And of course, if you're going into a search and rescue area and maybe you're there because the weather event has happened, it would sort of help to be able to know, do you have something that is going to be reliable in those kind of situations?
Well, and the other thing too is that the RV version and the residential portability for guys that are putting on the RVs or families or whatnot, it's probably a couple people using it, right?
Mhm.
Your family, your wife, your husband, your kids. But like if you're a business
Yeah.
in a relief effort and you got 10, 20 people trying to use this thing at one time, that's the whole point of the business dish in the first place for the businesses was it's more bandwidth for more people
Yes.
compared to your house.
Yeah.
So if you could take one of these and put them on top of your vehicle, your trailer, whatever it is, fire truck, whatever it is, and you have multiple people using it, there's just more to use.
Yeah.
There's just more. This just offers more service to more people at one time.
Yep.
That's what it comes
And I
down
can
to.
tell, again, from personal experience, that within our house, we will have at least 4 devices streaming at the same time, and no one will notice any dropouts or slowdown. That's with the standard dish. With this, it's even higher.
So one more thing about California rain. It does not rain a lot, but I'll tell you what, I'm
the
a
rain in
Padre fan.
California
Go
doesn't
Padres,
rain.
by the way. Anyone's
It
a
pours.
baseball fan.
Yeah.
If you would have told us last April when spring training happened that the Padres were going to knock the Dodgers out of the playoffs after a rain delay in San Diego, no one would have believed you. That's what happened. We had a rain delay for the I think it's the 5th time in the history of Petco Park, which is like almost 20 years old. So it does not rain much there.
Yeah.
But it just did. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, you
It
know how
does
the
rain a
song
little
goes,
bit.
it doesn't rain in Southern California, but it doesn't rain, but it pours. That's how it goes. And that's true.
We're going to keep cutting.
All right, let's go.
It pours.
We're going to be putting these on later, and I'll explain these a little later.
Good there. I don't think we need to go all the way here. Because, right?
Yeah. Oh, we can take a peek through there and we can see that it looks pretty wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. We're just gonna. I like lines, guys.
Okay.
I like lines. I'm just gonna make my own line. I know it's not perfect, but we're gonna make it kind of. We're gonna try.
Not
We're
bad.
gonna, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. We're gonna try.
I want to know from you guys where you guys are watching from right now, and if you're watching, thank you for watching, and understand that we're not destroying this, we are repurposing it. So hopefully it makes sense what's going on. Yes. Finland. Okay, cool. UK. Australia. Houston, Texas. Oh my gosh. We got people watching from all over. I love this.
I want to do a shout out to Australia, by the way. You guys love
Your
my
product.
mouse. You
Yeah.
guys, I ship to Australia almost every single day. I swear to God, it's crazy. So,
How many
shout out.
countries have you shipped to now?
11 countries and 42 states in like 3 months.
In 3 months.
It's crazy.
That's
it's
nuts.
Literally crazy.
That's bonkers.
And anything from RVs to semi-truck to van life folks to Jeeps. I mean, literally, it's freaking crazy. Boats. And the only thing I haven't put on is an airplane. So if anyone wants one on the airplane, you let me know.
Wait for it.
We'll make it work.
You want a line?
Yeah, let's. I'm just gonna do the same thing here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that worked there. So.
Okay. Hopefully symmetry.
I mean, I hope so. What is next? Let's do this.
We have an American living in Belgium, also a network engineer. So if you have internet questions, let me know. Cool.
Sweet.
Don't you do something similar to that?
Also a network engineer, so.
So what do you think
Are we
about-
gonna duke it
so
out?
what do you-
Yeah, no.
What do you think about this nonsense, dude?
It's pretty crazy to see you cutting that up right now, but I like the idea. I mean, it just occurred to me as you were talking earlier that you, in your situation, you put a single unit on your vehicle and you're sharing it to yourself. But in a relief situation, you mount it to a vehicle and you can have 5 or 6 other vehicles without the Starlink attached to it
Yeah.
off of the Wi-Fi
Yeah.
that are going to that one unit. So you got multiple patrol units out.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Or
pretty
even
cool.
anyone in that area.
Right.
You
Yeah.
could be giving people cell service. if
Internet.
they
Yeah.
don't have-
Reaching out to families.
Someone says, Brad says he's watching from under the bed.
Hell yeah,
It's
dude.
pretty spooky right now.
We are getting close to Halloween, so, you know. But wow, look at all
No-
these
no blood
boxes.
involved so far,
No
so.
blood.
At least not yet. You never know.
It looks good so far.
All right.
Yeah, it
We're gonna
does.
we're gonna keep going.
Okay.
All right.
We're just gonna keep
Go.
going. We're keep going. I'm
Let's
going.
go.
I'm going.
Make it happen. gonna have to say, I wish you guys had smell-o-vision right now.
Oh yeah.
The smell of this
There's
plastic.
so much glitter smell in this room, and it's like not great. Where is that glue? If you were in this room with me right now, you would smell this, and it's like giving me a headache. But we're not gonna be here for
Burnt plastic.
Oh God! Someone says first Dahmer, now this.
What?
First Dahmer, they're comparing us to Dahmer.
Who's Dahmer?
Who's Dahmer? No, we're not gonna get into that now. Sorry, guys. Worston says, I can smell it through my computer. I'm telling you, if you smelled this right now, you'd be like, ugh. I'm also very low on sleep because, you know, I'm not adjusted yet to Florida time, so I'm sorry.
It smells like burnt hair.
It smells like burnt hair. I'm gonna have a little caffeine. I'm sorry.
I said straight, I don't smell it anymore.
You don't smell it anymore?
It smells so bad.
Or Brandon.
Some people are saying how loud it is. I'm gonna step outside to show them that. Because, well, actually, some people are asking if. Bob, will you let me in a second? So I'm gonna step outside for a second. Because some of you guys are asking what the hotel thinks. That is louder than whatever's going on in the room. So even like standing right here, like you can barely hear it. So, Robbie, you're calling security. You guys, we're doing this for a good cause. I want to reiterate again, because I think that some people are misunderstanding what exactly we're doing here. They bought these dishes, we're modifying them, and they're using it for emergency relief here. So they're mounting it to emergency vehicles. So I just wanted to reiterate, we're not just doing this for fun, but I'm trying to include you guys because I thought you'd like it. I'll show you guys the bathroom again. A little tour here. I actually assembled some of this. I put in the air tags. They wanted air tags. Oh, my phone is trying to connect to these air tags. Let me turn it around real quick. So I put in these cords, these air tags, put on these brackets that we zip tied the wires to. And this is like the shortest trip to Florida. Okay, I got here yesterday at 6 Florida time, and I'm leaving tomorrow around 5. So came here to help and also share this with you guys.
Ellie!
Yep.
Ellie!
Alright, so, check it out. We got 3/4 of our hole drilled here. I can go a little further here. We don't know what's here, and because we're going to take it slow, this pole is in our way right now. So, we're actually going to hook the Starlink up and try and get it to go completely horizontal like it does when you first turn it on, so that we can then unplug it after it's straight up so we have more room to work. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we're actually going to plug this thing in for the first time.
Yeah.
Bergonia says, why do this in an apartment, not a workshop or a garage? Well, first of all, we're not.
Well, okay. Again, you probably just showed up. I'm from San Diego. None of us, this isn't any of our houses. This is a hotel that I got put in by the organization that I'm here doing work for. I flew out from San Diego to Florida to convert all these 20 Starlings into flat mount dishes. Yeah, this is not the ideal shop.
No, Joey says, can the hotel help with a better place to do this?
No, that's what they said. This is what they said. I told them before I got here, when I got here, what we're going to do. They were super into it. They were super stoked about it.
Yeah, so they know what you're doing, too.
They know what we're doing.
Got an outlet over
I
here.
have-
In fact, they understand because their restaurant is actually closed down because it got completely demolished by
actually,
water.
I will let me know when you have a break or you need to cut more, because I'll show them the damage. And thank you, Bimmer Geezer, for the super chat. He says, for astronaut Shul, my hero.
Shul.
Shul, I don't know. I figured you would know.
Are we all
thinking
plugged in?
of-
Oh, we're all plugged in.
I'm thinking of Jim McDivitt. I know he passed away.
Is the modem plugged in?
No. So we need to get the modem.
It might be. I don't know.
Thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure who astronaut Shul is.
Shula or Shula? Shula.
What did Brandon make the case out of? Was it 3D
Shula. Oh, is that for
printed?
astronaut
No,
school?
so-
Wait a
so,
minute. Remy Giza? Is that from Germany?
Bimmer Geezer?
What happened?
No.
Well, how is that spelled?
Shul. Go ahead.
Okay, so I make it out of, I do a lot of stuff for the boat guys. So the boat guys, they love starboard. And starboard plastic is like some of the best plastic you can get. It's UV resistant. I mean, this plastic material that, right, we're good. That's it. So what we did right there, by the way, is for those of you that question, how is my dishy gonna work if it's not pointed north? You guys just saw what happened. This thing thought it was on a tripod. And that's what every single dish does when it first turns on. It's on the tripod and it goes completely horizontal. And it sits there, and it sits there, and it sits there until it finds service. And then it decides to move when it wants.
Right.
The point is, I tell you that because it actually finds service for the first time it turned on being horizontal, just like what we're about to make permanent, right? So the reason we did that was because this thing was this way and it was gonna be really hard to get our Dremel in here. So we kind of tricked the dish into thinking we were turning it on to unplug it. So now we have room.
Razor says it needs to point north.
It does not need to point north. So I challenge you to, we can't spend a lot of time on this, but I challenge you to go look at where every Starlink satellite is in the sky in real time at your house, if you have one. Pay attention to which way your dish is pointed and look at how many of the satellites it's probably attached to the other way.
Okay.
It happens to me all the time. I'm in San Diego. Most of the dishes I'm attached to are in Mexico. Mexico's to my south. One of my house points north.
Okay.
So
Okay.
350 miles in the sky. Remember that.
Okay.
It's pretty high.
And Bimmer Geezer says for astronaut school. This was a typo. So
Shula.
thank
Okay,
you.
okay,
And
so
you
that-
want me to do astronaut training? You said next year.
Yeah. I
We're
want
thinking
you to
next
go
year.
up on the aerobatic plane and see your response.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, in the springtime.
What is that? What is that down there? Look at that. I mean,
What's
that
that?
down there?
Just
Oh, it's just a piece of plastic. Oh, what the
it
heck?
might have covered
Oh, it might have a cover. Oh, that's crazy.
electronics.
Oh man, this is gonna be this dish is way different than the other one. Hold on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is going to be
Oh
interesting. This is gonna be
man.
interesting.
Oh man.
Are you gonna drill more? Because I want to show people the damage here.
If you want to go do that real quick while I
Yep,
mark this,
okay, yeah,
and
okay.
we'll wait till you come back. Okay.
Okay.
Well, if it takes a little bit to drill it, because I want to show people the damage here. You
Yeah,
drilling
What
it?
would you like me to do?
We won't pop it off.
Yeah, don't
until
pop it
you're
off
back.
until I'm back.
I'll just drill and then
Well-
we'll
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Because I want to show you guys that at first I thought that they were remodeling, and there are signs here in the hotel. I'm in Orlando, by the way. Just put the little door stopper on. There are signs here in the hotel that please excuse the mess because obviously Hurricane Ian. So I thought that they were just remodeling, but apparently a lot of water from rain got inside. So I'm going to show you guys, just to prove it to you, that there are still impacts here in Florida. And don't worry, I'll be right back in the room, but it's a little quieter up. Well, maybe it's not. Now there's noise. Just turn around for a second here. So I wanted to show you this sign. We are recovering from the damages of Hurricane Ian. We apologize for the inconvenience. Thank you, management. So I legit thought that they were remodeling because I first saw that sign up there, but no, this is actual damage that they're now going to have to fix. And we are in Orlando, right by the airport. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of what's going on here. But if you guys watched my original video with Brandon, I heard about, you guys, this is such a small world, honestly. I interviewed a guy with netball in Australia about a year ago, and he clued me into what Brandon was doing with the hurricane relief effort. So I thought, wow, that would be like a great, story, an interview to do. So I interviewed Brandon about how he's an off-road racer and he made this business and it's been just booming after, just about 3 months, and that how crazy that is. And now they need his help for emergency disaster relief efforts. It's a lot of words. And then he said, hey, I'm being flown back out there. They want me to make even more of these. They only had, I think, 5 in the beginning, and now they want him to make 20. So anyway, that's why I'm here. because I have been helping too, but I also said that I wanted to document it. So that's why we're here. Wow, we're all caught up to speed now. Welcome to my office. I'm actually gonna close this. I don't really want people to peer into here.
Plugs still? Probably 2 plugs again, right? Gotta be. Motor and the main power, right?
Yep.
It'd be interesting to see if they use the same 2 plugs also. Really different.
Yeah. There's maybe a lot of parts that are common, I'm sure. Just because they like to do that, reduce part count. But if the design requires a different part, you have no choice.
caffeine with me.
Yeah, another minute or two.
I know it's late in the day, but I'm very sleep deprived. So.
We're hypothesizing the motors are the same size.
I don't think they need extra torque in the motors.
I don't think
It
so.
doesn't move that fast. It usually still anyway.
You think the electronics might actually be the same size too?
Up here anyway, yeah.
I think the motors are the same,
The
yeah.
motors are the same.
I think it's the same plug for the motor. I don't know if it's the same plug for the... It probably is.
It doesn't have to slow very fast.
I think it's exactly the same, man.
So, I think it's exactly the same. The plastic housing might be just a little bit different because they maybe wanted to mount it with a bit more structural integrity on the back. But I wouldn't be surprised if everything else was the same.
So Light Dark is asking why this is live. Just make a good video on it. I have multiple different cameras set up. I will be making an actual video on this, but I thought that I would make it live. I'm sorry, it's over here. Let me come over here real quick. The Shard Baby says, how can you sleep with the grinding? Luckily we have 2 hotel rooms, so I don't hear anything over there. But someone is asking, why am I doing this live? I thought that I would do both. Do it live, and I also have a GoPro setup. I have my other camera set up. So I'm going to make a more, polished, edited video, but I just thought, spice up a Tuesday night and do something. Yeah, Uncle Yukon says because live streams are fun, so I appreciate that. So you can see I'm wearing a SpaceX hoodie. Kind of wondering what they would think of this, but I don't really know if I want to know. Richard says the live is great. Are we ready?
This is Brandon.
Oh, he has a phone call. Richard says, this is awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Mr. Sorry.
The Shard Baby just got a notification from
Can I call
his
you
phone
before
saying
we
it's
get-
bedtime. No.
I'm in the middle of
Here,
I'm actually.
we're almost there. Like, you guys have hung out with me for an hour, so just hang out a little bit longer. It takes a little bit of time. He's on the phone because customers keep calling him, like, people call him all day. So, should be off soon.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. All right, bye-bye. Was that? That's not technically there though.
Oh, no.
That's just for her other video.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Sorry, that's my.
People were asking me why I'm not making like a good. It's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
The
A
camera's
good
died.
video. Yeah, this one died because it was going for over an hour, but yeah. I have a GoPro set up too. Although that's probably, it looks like it died too. So, you know, that's partly why I did it live too, to get all of it.
Oh, Eddie wants you to say hello to him.
Who?
Eddie from Hawaii.
Eddie from Hawaii.
He just texted me.
Eddie from Hawaii. Hello. By the way, I haven't been to Hawaii since I was like 8. My parents, took us to Hawaii twice, and it was amazing, and I have such fond memories of it from when I was 8 because it's that great. I haven't been back since, so I definitely think that I'm like overdue for a trip to Hawaii. If there's anything like Starlink or I don't know, I guess, well, yeah, I need to find like a tie-in, or I could just go on vacation. Although Hawaii's pretty expensive. All right, you guys, we're almost there.
We're ready, Ellie.
I'm scared.
Okay, drum roll, please.
I'm scared. I'm really scared.
We are ready.
Let's see.
Are you guys ready?
No.
So let's see. It looks like
Steven, thank you for the super chat. This is awesome. I've had Dishy for a bit over a year and it's game changing. Great to see what's inside and that it's able to help people around the world as designed to do. Thanks, Ellie. Drum roll.
I'm actually pretty scared, to be honest.
Why?
Because I don't know how this is attached. It almost seems as if this thing is attached at the bottom somehow too. But it's starting to come up. It's starting to come up.
Should I immediately?
Oh,
there we go.
Oh,
There we
my
go.
God.
Oh,
There we
that's
go.
good. That's
There we
good.
go.
That's good.
What?
All right, we got to figure out where these plugs are. Of course, they're way over there. Damn, they're way over there.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, that's gonna be hard to get to. Okay. Well, I need some flashlights because I gotta get my hand way up in there. Damn, that's in there. Or actually, can you hold this up?
Yeah. Damn,
Look at that.
Dude, the whole board.
It's all
It's like they
covered.
literally made this so we could cut it and not mess it up. This is amazing.
Wow, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
They really hardened
Oh my god, this is amazing.
This is a game changer.
This is great. Look at this.
Guys.
Like, guys, check it out. This is what the other ones look like when you tear it
Yeah.
apart. And it's really scary because if you hit any of this stuff, you're donezo.
Right,
You're
right,
game
right.
over. This thing has a literal protective case over the whole damn thing.
Wow.
That's crazy.
it. That's why it's meant
Okay.
for like marine and everything else.
Yeah.
Holy
oh my
moly.
gosh.
This is
Okay, so you just gotta okay, that's that little
Yep.
U-shaped cutout that you kind of have to
I'm
do.
gonna take this. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm
Oh,
gonna
look like you'll be able to actually do it.
There's
Ah,
one.
perfect. One off. The second one's a little bit tighter.
There's two.
But- yeah. Ooh, we got it.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
I wonder if
Hold on to
does
this.
it look a little
though.
bit bigger?
Look it, we almost nailed it. Look at that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We nailed it.
Wow.
Let's go.
That's good.
Let's go.
Can't get any better than that. really.
Wow.
Not bad for guessing, right?
Yeah,
Not
right.
bad for
How's this
guessing,
compare?
huh?
How's this compare to
Same
the old
size.
housing?
It's a
Oh,
little
no.
bigger.
Wow.
It's definitely a little bigger.
It's definitely a different shape. We can see
Yeah.
that's
It's
a little bit
close,
different
though.
there.
Right.
But
Look at how much thicker that wire is.
the
though.
feet.
Holy
yeah, it is. It's heavy. It's really heavy.
And
Whoa.
you didn't hit the wire.
Ah, yeah, it came
Going
out just
through,
a little bit,
so-
just a little bit, because this is straight. You see how they curved it there?
Right.
Someone wants to know if we have a cutting template. No, not for this one.
This
We
was
did not.
guessed.
This
This
was Brandon guessing.
Yeah, this was me guessing. Yeah, and like what we're talking about right now is how close we really couldn't have. This is a symmetrical square. We couldn't really cut any closer, and that was a pretty good guess.
And you
to
can
be
see where we
honest.
messed up in the initial guess.
Yeah, we
Just a
started
little bit
there. We're
right
like, oh, let's
there.
move a little bit, and then look at that.
Wow.
But we're gonna pop that thing off.
Now, to be
anyway,
honest,
it
this
doesn't
isn't
matter.
where I would cut. If I was doing more of these, which I'm sure I will after this, is the whole point is to get this thing as low pro as possible.
Right.
Now, obviously, we already took off, about an inch and a half, minus the pole. We probably took off an inch and a half already. We could probably take off a whole. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. This thing could be really, really slim.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing though. You have to make sure
High
you
enough
have
for the plug.
for the plug.
Yeah, the
exactly. So you can't. I wouldn't go probably any further than about right here. But that's only. I mean, it's this mount. This mount is going to be a little bit thicker than this one. It's going to have to be, but not by much. I'm
How
saying
big
this
is
whole thing's going to be about 2 inches. You're going to take this massive Starlink that probably we should have measured it. It probably sits at 30 something inches tall by the time it's on a tripod.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to have it down to about 2 inches, which is crazy.
Because we had no idea what was around here.
Inch and a quarter total.
Okay, so obviously if we had decided, oh, let's go really close over here, we probably would have cut the cable.
Yeah.
That's why we played around
Yeah.
the way we did.
Yeah,
Because
and
we don't know what's protruding up here, what's
And see this right
electronics it
here?
might have been.
I couldn't do, before. I wouldn't dare do what I'm about to do
Oh yeah, yeah.
because that would be circuit board, and this is completely just. It's all underneath. It's crazy.
Whoa.
It's crazy. This
That's
is like
wild.
so. That's pretty crazy. So, all right. So,
That's pretty much it.
I think we're gonna
We're gonna tear that thing out of there because we need the
let's
cable.
do that right now.
Yep.
We'll take a little quick break from cutting because I definitely want to cut this thing down more. I think we need to cut it down a little bit more here.
Yeah, we mainly wanted to show people what's inside.
Which is quite a bit different.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
totally
no, it's
different.
way
This
different.
is
And
wild.
to be honest, this actually prevents a lot of accidents. The way this is set up. I mean, that's the part that's so scary about doing those ones is you're cutting. I mean, look at one of my cuts is very, very, very close to that circuit board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even here, you're really close to a bunch of stuff that's right there. And this one seems to have everything completely protected. It's crazy. So, all right, you guys ready to pop this thing open and see what we got here?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. I'm gonna stick this guy over here.
So, what did you guys think of that? Was it cool? Are you surprised? It's pretty different.
Oops. Use some pretty good glue on this.
Someone says to change your Dremel tip. Would you say that?
So what?
I don't know. They said spare us the hour of pain.
Well, I'm also like trying not to just butcher stuff for the first
Right,
time.
right.
And a lot of times 99% of the time I'm doing this to other people's stuff. And I'd rather not just, get
Okay,
crazy
how do they
with it.
compare? You think they're
So it's very similar. This is exactly the same as the other one, as the motor ones. This is definitely thicker,
thicker?
for sure. Thicker.
Or do you think that changes anything?
So you see, this is the motors that control the leg. So I would say that the motors are exactly the same. The difference here is this wire is a little bit different than this white wire, which is much thinner. So we'll try and compare that in a second here. So
About the same length, right? Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Odin says he's still sort of confused on how doing this will make it better.
It won't make it better. It will just change the application.
It'll change it so that you'll be able to use it
Designed to be mobile.
in situations that you wouldn't be able to use. So if you have it on your house, you don't want to do this. You don't want to flat mount your house. Put it on the tripod, put it on your whatever you have it on, and just let it go. But if you're trying to put this on your RV or your van, or you're an organization that needs internet out in the field, a lot of construction companies have been ordering these for when they go out in the middle of nowhere where there's no cell phone service. They put them on every single one of their vehicles, and they all have internet. You know what I mean? So where having a big 36-inch thing on top of your car is just not logical. You don't want to do that. So
Jared says it's impressive how they protected the board. Yeah,
it's very
really
impressive.
good.
Yeah, definitely. I agree 100% on that. Trying to take the teeth out of this thing here. And then we'll unclip this. It's gonna be the perfect fit or what? Interesting. I wonder if we have to go the other way.
Is that gonna cut through?
Well, I mean, it had to get in there somehow,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Get in there somehow.
Just trying to figure out. So maybe what they did then is they did this way. So we'll unclip this guy. These are the ones, remember I was telling you how I had to cut the other ones off? That's much easier than the ones I just had to do all day.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Someone liked my YouTube thumbnail with the cannibal corpse vibes. You guys, we're almost at Halloween. That's why I used the font. So I hope it didn't offend you. It's just we're chopping things up in here.
So there you go. There's the cord that we need.
Yes.
So pretty much all we need. So let's pretend that we already have one made, which we don't. We don't have one made. We're gonna have to make another one of my star mount cases for the bigger one, right? This white cord right here is this cord now,
Right.
right? It's the same thing, it's just a little bit thicker. So essentially what I'm gonna have to do when I get back to San Diego is we're gonna have to redo the CAD program, make it obviously wider, a little bit taller, and we'll sit this in there and the same thing, we'll have this coming out the side, just like that. And you'll be able to plug all the rest of the Starlink stuff as is right into this thing and it will power up just like it was if you were.
So are you gonna make a flat mount for this one? What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, of course. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeehaw!
So, kind of curious how low we can get this thing, you know?
David says, "Hey mom, I'm in a hotel with some guys and video cameras and we're doing some crazy stuff." My parents have no idea what I'm doing on this trip. like they have no idea. They think I'm here for like, I don't know, something official or yeah.
What are you trying to say? We're not official? Or
We're-
what are you trying to say? What is she
This
trying to
is
say?
business.
That is messed up. That is messed up.
This is spontaneous. How about that?
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll definitely give you all that. All right, so here's the deal. How much can we cut off of this thing?
They think I'm going to Disney World. Both times I've been to Florida now. I have not been to Disney World.
So it's just those plugs. That's it. That's the only thing. And if you didn't have those plugs, you could make this thing probably thinner than the other one, which is crazy. Wow, it's freaking nuts, man.
So Scott, Anonymous Freak says the early dishes were somewhat parabolic. This is phased array, so it can point anywhere the face is pointing.
Thank you very much. There you go.
Ding, ding,
It can
ding.
go anywhere you want.
Yes. So, I mean, the original, the OG.
Even
Starlink
the
dish-
even the
or-
round
oh, no,
ones,
just-
even the round ones would still work. People do it all the time. I've
Yeah.
seen people do it.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
make their
yeah,
own
yeah,
thing. It'll still work.
Yeah, what's the dishes that you have for like Dish Network or satellite TV? Yes, they're parabolic because they're pointing at a fixed point in space.
Right.
It's a geosynchronous satellite. That geosynchronous satellite is how far away, Ellie?
26,500.
Yeah, 26 from the center of the Earth, about 22,000 miles
20
above.
Well,
Okay, which is roughly 1/10 of the way to the moon.
right.
Okay, it takes I think 3 seconds to go to the moon and back with a signal. It's like 1.5 there, something like that. So if you're 1/10 of the way there, and it takes 3 seconds for a round trip to the moon, that means it's going to take 3/10 of a second to go up and back to a geosynchronous satellite. So there's absolutely no way you could deal with that kind of latency if you want to do real-time communication. It's great for streaming. No problem with streaming because it's basically one directional. And you're right, so you've got this parabolic dish that points straight at it. Now, if that satellite happened to moving, actually there are in some northern latitudes, I think it's these orbits called a tundra orbit, where the geosynchronous orbit, rather than being over the equator, is actually inclined a little bit, which means if you look up and trace it in the sky, you'd see a figure 8 in the sky going around, something like that. So if you want to track something like that, you might have something mechanical like that, which is going to constantly move around where the satellite is in space because it's not fixed, but it's pretty much staying in kind of the same area all the time.
Right.
The problem with, well, I wouldn't say it's a problem, the advantage of Starlink is because it's so low, the latency is extremely short. However, each Starlink satellite goes over from horizon to horizon faster than normally you would see a jet flying from one horizon to another. That means you need to have a dish that's able to point at it very quickly. You cannot do that mechanically. If you do that mechanically, the dish would be going like that all the time and then quickly having to get back over. So the idea of the phased array is that you are able to point at things
Right.
electronically rather than mechanically.
Gotcha.
So it can point in any direction at once, but just with the miracle of these electronics, go anywhere at once.
And Ed, thank you so much for the super chat. Ed always leaves nice comments on my Twitter, on my videos. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys watching because this has been really fun. And it's Ruth Bob.
It's been great.
How has it been with changing your name? Are you going to change it legally to
Oh,
Ruth
yeah,
Bob or no?
Not yet. No. We'll have to hit 1 million views and then we'll talk about it.
If you guys were curious, I did a video. He has the Tesla solar roof, and then I also did a video following up because, yeah, we're here in Florida,
Hurricane,
so
yeah,
yeah.
even
So a lot of people were wondering how it was going to actually hold up
So,
in a hurricane.
long story short, is your Tesla roof still on your roof after the hurricane?
The roof is still there. It's probably cleaner than it's ever been because of the wind and rain washing it all off. But it's intact. Everything's working beautifully.
Awesome. Cool. So now what are we doing?
We're trying to see how much we can take off this thing. We're not done. We're not done destroying yet, you know.
No, we're not. But at some point we gotta switch gears. Unless I feel like your vibe is sleep is for the weak.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what do we have to do?
Well, you know, we have other things to do.
Correct.
This, it's interesting. So it is right
You
there.
see that hole that I did? Yeah.
So it.
Well, yeah, but see that hole?
Yep.
That's the hole I'm going to start with. I don't want to go too much so I can plug that back in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tanya Bliss says 344,500 views for the incredible Tesla solar roof video. That really, took me by surprise because,
Agreed.
okay, we'll tell you the backstory of how that happened. I hosted an Ellie in Space meetup in Titusville. This guy showed up. I didn't know him prior to that. And then he's like, hey, I want to show you something in my trunk. Whoa, weird. But anyway, he showed me one of his shingles
What the hell?
for his Tesla solar roof. And I was like, hey, can I actually come to your house and interview you about your Tesla solar roof? Because I don't think a lot of people have that. And so that's what happened. And I showed up and I did an interview because, when I'm on these trips, I try to gather as much content and interviews as I can.
Spontaneous.
And then the rest is history. So,
Yeah.
beware of strange men wanting to look in your trunk. He wanted me to look in his trunk, but I was in a group of people, so. Yes, Marvin says you went to look. Absolutely, I went to look, or else we wouldn't have the Tesla solar video. What's in it? So he had. Do you have it?
What?
The
With
shingle?
me? Not with me. No, I don't keep it in the trunk.
Okay.
I can't pick up all the girls with that line.
All right. No, you
Nice.
probably would pick up with no people. What the hell?
Well, anyways.
All right. Well, anyway. I think, guys, honestly, I think it's the glue that is getting
Definitely.
to our head a little bit.
The fumes are.
Hey, let's ask your chat some stuff. Bring them over here. I got some questions for them.
Who?
Let's talk to your chat here.
Okay.
I know this is boring and we're not doing anything at the moment. I'm tracing this thing out so we can get this thing even more low pro.
You want them to ask you questions?
No. I got questions for them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys.
I got
Participation.
questions for you guys.
We have questions for you.
Hey, this might bore you guys, but
No.
I'm a big Padre fan.
Oh my
Big
God.
Padre fan. How many? Listen, there's only 4 teams left, really. 4 teams are going to go to the World Series at this point. You got the Phillies, and you got the San Diego Padres. 2 underdog teams, the 2 worst teams that made the playoffs out of the National League. And they're one of those 2 teams that go in the World Series. Who are you guys rooting for? Padres or the Phillies?
I don't watch baseball, so.
Well, I wasn't asking you.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone, you guys can comment.
There's got to be some baseball fans around here. Baseball's huge right now.
We have the Cubbies were worse.
Well,
Phillies.
Phillies!
Surely
Come
not the
on.
Mariners. They choked. The Cubs. All right. We also have someone who wants an AMA about your roof. So if you guys have any more questions for Bob, I mean, we have him right here,
Yeah,
literally
sure.
in the flesh. So if you have any questions about a Tesla solar roof
He's got some stuff in his trunk too.
or Tesla solar panels,
Solar
that
panels,
you
yep.
have, so we got them head to head. We got the roof.
The panels are.
We got the panels. So if anyone has questions, please leave them in the comments. Someone says, is baseball some kind of sport? You guys, I don't watch baseball. I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't offend you, but we like to watch rocket launches. We don't do baseball. Do you watch baseball?
Only if the Red Sox are listening. From Boston, sorry.
I got
Big
15
Brady
to 20
fan.
done and I stopped
Big
at
Sox.
Steven wants Tesla solar roof in Australia.
I got 5 more to do. I'll get them done.
Cool.
Yeah, I would like for that to happen for you guys too.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I got plenty of time.
Okay.
Alright. Yep. See you later.
I can't ask questions if you guys don't type them. How long after ordering, Richard wants to know, how long after ordering was it delivered?
So we're talking Tesla solar roof,
Yes.
right? I started the order process in September 2021, and it was delivered and installed in November.
Okay.
So it's 3 months. Or
You know-
not even.
There's one edit I wish I could have made to that video, and it's why you got the roof in the first place. Because you showed us off camera why you got the roof.
I did, and I'm considering making my own video.
Okay, cool.
In that regard.
Okay,
So
okay, cool,
We
cool.
may not have to spoil that yet.
Gotcha. Okay. I won't spoil
But
it.
it's amusing.
It's amusing. So maybe someday you guys will get the big story.
I'm the perfectionist.
Oh no, David says, can we see Ellie use the Dremel? I have not been able to touch the Dremel since I've been here.
Go ahead.
I
Let's
have
do
faith
it.
in
You
myself.
can't hurt this right here. So let's go right here.
Really?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
Yeah, why not?
Right
Okay,
here.
this is
Why not?
All right, here. Got your safety glasses on, right?
No, I.
Safety
Gloves, safety glasses.
Can you?
Do you have a helmet?
Can you teach me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, step number 1. Put it in
Turn
your
it
hand.
on.
Okay.
Put it on.
Don't put your fingers. in the
Is it
pointy
here?
area.
Yep. Have you ever used a drill? Ever drilled anything?
Not much.
Not really? Okay.
Remember, I've never painted my room.
Nice.
He kept making some like reference to, don't you know when you paint your room?
Well, because
And I'm
that's
like,
the
no.
glue in here. You know, you
Oh,
ever paint a room in your house and you
okay.
feel like you're
Yeah.
high all
I
night
was
because you're smelling
wondering
it?
where we were going with that.
Yeah, so-
drill that I've never seen.
So what you're gonna do first is
Drill
you're just
for
gonna
paint.
you're gonna pretty much make a hole first, right? Around the line,
Up here. Oh, here.
and
Okay.
you're just gonna let me finish the line.
Or
for
higher
you.
up if you feel more comfortable with that.
Well, the stuff that's really gonna matter is over here. So
Can I do a practice hole up here?
no, you're gonna go rifle right here.
Okay.
Actually, no, let's do it right here.
One comment, watch the hair.
Watch the hair. Okay.
Don't get the hair caught in
Okay,
the
so go ahead and turn it on.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So go ahead. You wanna kind of like see this part here?
Advance slowly.
You want this to be nice and flat, right? So you want
Let
you're
the-
using this as your you're using this the black piece as kind of like as level as flat as you can. I know it's rounded, but just do your best. It's good.
Just making a hole.
Turn it on first, yeah. And we're gonna put a hole right, just like you're drilling a hole in that line.
Okay, some shit, we'll get to that in a second, that question.
Go ahead, go down. Go ahead. Go in there. Go in there. Now you're in, right? Now what you're gonna do? You see the line? Don't let it drop. You're gonna drag it towards you.
Which way? Toward me?
Whichever way you want. Okay, hold on. Okay. So,
It's hard to hear you.
no, okay, so yeah. Well, you want to use the here. Let's do this side. You see how you can see right
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna use that little area to use that so you can see where you're going.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So go
Why
ahead
do you
and turn on.
want me doing the line?
Because that's what we're
Well,
cutting.
We do have a question of panels versus roofs and costs
Well,
and stuff
we'll-
like that.
we'll get to that
We'll
next.
get to that, but I just
Okay.
want to let everyone know that it was out there.
So go ahead and make a new hole. Let's start over. Right there. You're down.
This was moving a little bit.
I don't like this.
You don't like it?
No, I feel like it's
It's uncomfortable.
it's hard
for
to do
sure.
it. No, it's just like hard to do it straight.
Oh,
What am I doing wrong?
But
Maybe
I think you're kind of
technique.
you're kind of just like as soon as you feel like a little bit, you pull up.
Oh, okay.
The other thing is everyone is saying in the chat is let the tool do the work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
It's doing the
Exactly.
cutting, not you. So
Yes.
just
Okay.
let it eat
Yeah.
its way in there.
Yeah.
And
That's
then-
why I just wanted to practice up here, bro.
Let's
That's
just,
all right.
Yeah,
Trucks right here then.
Good
Yeah.
for
Okay,
the channel.
just let me
Practice
do
makes
Here, we're
it.
gonna make a
Great.
line for you. Ready? Right here.
All right.
Okay. This one doesn't matter.
All right. Well, that's okay. What happened? Let me go what happened
I
there.
didn't go.
All right. Look at that.
Who wants to hire me?
Actually, someone said
Did
keep
it.
your day job.
It's all right. I know it was bad.
One question is, what's the material? Polycarbonate?
Mine or this?
This.
Plastic. Polycarbonate won't shatter. This will shatter. Yeah.
Okay, that was the first time I've ever done that, and I'm not trying to do that as a job, so that's good, I guess. But it's, good to have a little bit of experience, right? But I've been helping assembling other stuff that doesn't involve a Dremel here. That was fun to try. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is really loud. Some people are saying, why don't you have your ear protection? I don't know. I kind of just showed up here not really knowing much of what to expect, but I'm glad that I can help and also share this with you guys. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. And let's see. Yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I have a pretty busy schedule and it just seems to keep changing. It's getting really loud in there, I'm sorry. So Sunday, I'm actually going to be flying out to Las Vegas for the Ascend conference, which I'm extremely excited for. Gwen Shotwell is going to be there. So yeah, it's going to be 4 days or 4 nights in Vegas, and I hope you guys can join me for that because it's also offered online. But anyway, this kind of was something that they asked, less than a week ago. Hey, do you want to go to Florida to see this in person? And I thought, well, why not, right? Oh God, I feel like I taste the glue. I need to step out and take a break. Yeah, Jeff says, imagine staying in a hotel. The room next door has drilling sounds coming from it. Yeah, you actually can't hear it much from outside. Right now I have the door popped open, so if you do hear it a little bit, that's probably why. It's actually pretty soundproof, which is nice, but yeah, I just, I'm guilty of it. I did watch the Netflix series Dahmer, and so it does make me feel that a little bit. Ufologist says, I moved in the wrong direction, it seems. Well, if you guys know why I moved here, I'm staying with my parents for a bit, not only to save money, because I just went full-time on the channel, but also because my parents are a little bit older, because I'm adopted, and so yes, I find that time valuable, and I don't see anything wrong with it, because I am traveling a lot as it is, so yeah, but it is a lot of traveling. Let's see here. Simple Ton says, Ellie, we need to know what kind of plastic. They seem to not know, but I'll go try to ask them again. I just needed a little break for my ears and for my senses, because that glue is telling you guys, and also like I'm not adjusted to the time zone here, so it's like haven't gotten much sleep, so I'm sorry for that. Anonymous Freak says, I'd love to attend a Portland meetup. If you host one, could bring either my Rivian or Archimoto. I would love that. No, you're good. Go for it. She doesn't want to be in the live. Don't worry, I'll spare you. Yes, I guess I'm going to be giving a presentation at the Tesla Oregon Owners Club event. So send me an email or DM me on Twitter and I'll give you more information about that. But yeah, they want me to give like a 30-minute presentation and I'm like, you guys, what do you want to hear from me? But I'm excited. So if you are in the Pacific Northwest, let me know because I would love to do some sort of a meetup. John Wolf says, I did the same thing to help my parents. You know, honestly, right now, my parents are truly helping me because I'm just traveling so much. And, you know, I have 2 cats, and so they're able to help me watch them. And that's just been really great. It's just been great. And I've been, you know, working in TV news for almost a decade. And I've moved all over the country. So these past, you know, several years, I haven't really spent a lot of time with my family. So it's kind of nice to, you know, have a hub where they're there. But then obviously, you know, it's like I decide to go to Florida with less than a week's notice. And then I'm going to Vegas and I'm going to try to go down to the Neuralink presentation. And then I want to be back here for the Artemis attempt. And I know Artemis seems to be controversial with you guys. Some people are really into it. Some people think it's a waste. But again, I feel like it would be a shame if I wasn't here at least to cover it. Chris says you got spammers in the chat. Yeah, it's kind of hard to manage these comments. And oh, okay. I don't know how to delete. Oh, remove it on the phone. Yeah. Okay, I deleted a message that said hot girls here. No, don't spam my chat, please. Okay. Shard Baby says, glad you're there. Well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it because as some of you guys know, flying is, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but I do it for you guys because honestly, I feel like this is the best content. You know, Zoom is great and virtual interviews are great, but this is honestly, I think, way better. Razor says flying is awesome. I am trying to tell myself that, you know, when the turbulence starts hitting, I'm like, this is fun. This is like a little roller coaster ride. It's not a big deal. So yeah, Will says, do you get sick when you fly or just anxious? So lately I've been getting anxious. And that's really weird because for my whole life, I haven't been afraid of flying. And all of a sudden recently, I've been more afraid of flying. And it's like, what's going on? I've never had this fear before. And I think it's because I had kind of a sketchy rock climbing experience. And so it made me, I don't know, feel close to my mortality or something, but I'm getting way off track here. Let me read some of the comments here. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, some of you guys are signing up to be moderators. Let me see if I can make you a moderator here in the chat. Add moderator. Tin Man, you're now a moderator. You've been in enough of these live streams that I figured I'd just let you do it. So Tin Man, help me out. Delete the bots. Delete the, you know, free sex here. Whatever's going on. Oh hey. Are you needing to take a break too?
Yeah,
it
getting a little
smells
loud in there with
and it's loud.
They changed the bit on it, so
it's
really loud now.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, you know, if you guys still have roof questions, we do have our Tesla solar roof expert here. So, you know, congratulations. What?
I'm an owner, not an expert.
Well, you know, people probably recognize you from that YouTube video, so.
Maybe.
They probably look at you and they're like, oh, that guy's the roof guy. So that's cool.
Tesla roof bomb.
Does that surprise you? Did it surprise you how well it did?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I had another person random in the office say, hey, you're famous. I found you unintentionally. Now I'm like, oh God, everybody's gonna know.
Someone says you look like you just went to a Joe Walsh concert. Is that country?
Oh no, he's a rocker.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, analog man.
So if you guys have any questions about the roof, let me know.
Analog man in a digital world.
Craigs says, congrats, your YouTube channel is growing. Check your email from Maui, Hawaii. I will check that. Someone asked me if I wanted to do, I think it was like a half marathon or a marathon in Honolulu in December, and I'm like, you know what? YOLO, man. I might, so I don't know. It's been kind of cool, the flexibility of being self-employed. Okay, so Steve wants to know, will those Starlinks be sold later or are they pre-sold modifications? Love your videos. Okay, so Brandon has a couple different ways that he does it. For example, if you wanted to modify your dish, you could either send it to him and he would fully do all of it, or he would send you some of the components and you would have to do the Dremel thing that clearly I'm not very good at. And so you could save a little money there. The units that we're working on right now are for an emergency, a global organization that helps with emergency disaster relief. So these are not being sold, these are being outfitted on vehicles and, you know, mounted to the hood of Jeeps. And so, but if you want to modify your Starlink, if you have an RV and you're interested in this, I will leave the link in the description after this, but the company is called StarMount. Very new company, but growing very fast. Ufologist says you did fine with the Dremel. That was an excellent first go. I mean, it's a little intimidating to do it like live, you know? It's like, I've done a lot of things live though. Funny story. One time when I was in my news job, we were doing live shots at the, you know, state fair, and they wanted me to feed a tiger a piece of meat on camera, and the tiger like couldn't get the meat off the little prongs that I was trying to give it. So it was definitely a blooper. I wish I would have saved it. That's a funny little news story. This, by the way, is because of damage here. They had damage here at this Courtyard Marriott from Hurricane Ian. So yeah. Is this alarm gonna sound if I open this? Oh, but the doors are locked and I don't have my key. Oh, I can go on the front. Even out here, read some of the comments. Jeff says, have you building your own house soon? Probably not. I'll wait just to get a Boxable. Actually, I'm gonna be meeting up with them again pretty soon here. So if you guys watch my Boxable video and you like that video and there's more things that you want to learn about Boxable, please let me know, because I will make sure to figure those things out when I go. Matt says, how do you sign up to moderate? You ask me if you can moderate, and then I add you as a moderator. So looks like I think I have 2 moderators on the channel now. Craig says, if you do an episode on Maui, I'll let you drive my Model S with the Starlink branded modified sea level to 10,000 feet elevation. It's a pretty good offer. Sounds like a pretty great reason to go to Hawaii. Let's see here. Okay, St. Miles said, sorry we had to leave the Zoom with my doctor. What did we learn about the new Starlinks? We learned a lot. I'm guessing that means that you missed when we popped off the back of it. So let me know, because I'll go inside again. I'm not exactly sure why I'm walking outside, but sorry, I'm a walker and I'm a talker here. Okay. By the way, this is basically the extent of Florida that I've seen since I've been here, because it's an extremely short trip, and I have been here since yesterday at 6 p.m. So, you know, I've seen mostly the hotel, and that's fine. I knew that that was what this trip was all about. We have a lot of work to do in that hotel room. I'm taking a break, by the way, if you guys are just popping on and wondering why I'm not in the hotel room, it's because it smells like Gorilla Glue and it's like a lot. I'm not used to being around that smell, but let's see here. Okay, I'm repping the SpaceX, so that's pretty cool. Okay, let's go back inside the hotel. I was not getting high, okay? I am a little bit sleep deprived, but I was actually just getting a headache. It's really loud. But I want to take you guys back in there because some of you guys apparently didn't see what we discovered inside. And what we discovered is that the high performance dish inside is completely different and much more protected and durable. Will you be there for the SLS launch? That is my plan. I have booked, I don't like being in this room. I have booked a trip. The only thing that would derail me from coming back for Artemis is if this dang Starship launches. And we have had so many people say it's going to be at the beginning of November, it's going to be at the end of November. I swear to you, I think that during that trip that I booked from the 13th to the 21st for SLS, I don't know. I feel like something's going to happen and I'm going to have to go to Texas because I keep hearing from people on the inside that they're getting really close. Just like exciting, but it's hard because I really have to be on my toes and change plans really quickly. So it's been one thing that's been hard to adjust to is not really having much of a set schedule, but it's because opportunities like this come up. So, all right, St. Miles, we're going back just for you because you didn't get to see what was inside. Welcome. So we have someone who wants to see what we found inside because they missed it.
Oh, we just cut it down even more. So.
Oh wow.
So this is about this is as low pro as we're able to make this thing now.
And so as you can see, here's what you probably have, and this is the high performance. So much more protected.
It's weather protected. They say in the specs that it has better capability against extreme weather, and now we know why. This will probably protect against moisture, salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy actually.
Yeah.
We have another roof question. You're not allowed to drink water. I'm just kidding. What is the life expectancy as a roof as a solar panel?
Oh, well, I can answer for the roof. I know it has a 25-year warranty on it. The life expectancy, I can't say. I'd imagine probably closer to 30 years, but
Just as
much
a
better
roof
than a shingle.
itself.
Right.
Yeah, probably at least 30, maybe
I
even
would
more.
say for
The
sure.
regular roof's about 20. So.
Yeah. Yeah, regular roofs, usually they say 30 to 50, but the reality is 15 to 20, or 25 if you're lucky. At least as far as the shingles go.
And I guess that's part of a question I've always had myself. But insurance companies, they don't want your roof to be older than a certain amount of time. So
Especially in Florida.
Right.
despite the roof still being intact, is an insurance company going to give me a hard time and make me replace it earlier than I need to?
Yeah.
Well, Liam wants to know how long did it take to install the whole Tesla solar roof?
So the roof itself was done within a 3-day period, and then they came another day after that to get the power walls installed. So within a week, the whole system was installed.
Wow.
And then the longest time was just getting approval from the power company and the inspectors to inspect and approve.
Same for me. It was
System.
about almost 6 weeks from when they had finished it to when I could finally turn on the power.
Wow.
And it was getting FPL approval and everything else, so they were just sitting there unused. It was rather frustrating.
Yeah, and it's pretty surprising actually, even though we live so far apart, we both have the same power company.
Oh, what?
It worked out that way. But
Wow.
yeah, so
And remind us, you live kind of in the Orlando area,
yes.
and you live in the Sarasota area, so
Sarasota
pretty
area, yep.
far apart.
Yep.
St. Miles, thank you for the super chat. He says, contributing in case you need to change plans for Texas. And like I said, I just don't know. I keep having people say that Starship is like really looking like November, but I feel like it's been really looking like something every single month. So again, if Starship has an actual launch date, that is my priority. If it does not, I plan to be here for the Artemis attempt. The first attempt will be on.
Third.
Well, okay, but no.
Attempt? What are you
No.
talking about?
I mean, for this current.
Three.
Yes,
first
because
of
they
the
have
next
different
three
windows. November 14th, November 16th, and November 19th. So. Okay, so Mounted Patrolman wants to know, my quote for the Tesla roof was almost $300,000. Was yours comparable?
Not at all. Mine was a very simple roof, so it only was 70,000, and then of course you get tax credit, so there's another 19,000 off of that for me. So it was 50,000 all in all on a loan.
And that included the power walls?
That included power walls.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, 2 power walls
The power walls are usually calculated.
in that. So yeah.
$70,000 USD for a roof is what Razor wants to know.
No, that's a roof and solar.
Okay.
You have to take that into account.
Okay.
It's not just a roof and it's not just a solar system. It's both combined when,
Okay.
when you talk about cost.
Here, I'll move here where it's a little bit quieter.
The other one, I would never feel comfortable like that with a screwdriver.
You got that? So 70,000 is not just for a roof, people. This is for a Tesla solar roof.
It's a 30-year roof with a 30-year solar system and 2
Okay.
power walls, 2 battery backup solutions in place of a generator, which I don't have to bother with now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty convenient during the last storm.
Yeah, tell us about, I mean, some people weren't able to see your follow-up. A lot of people were kind of skeptical. Here, let's go outside real quick.
Okay.
A lot of people were kind of skeptical of how it was going to hold up in a hurricane.
Yeah,
So how did
sure.
you? And how did your power walls?
It did perfectly fine for me. It was great. I went without a power loss essentially for the entire storm. When I did lose power from the grid, the batteries kicked in, and I was on battery backup for 18 hours in total before the grid came back online. So that was pretty good this time around, but there were still some neighbors on generators
Wow.
because I happened to be on a different grid than them.
Wow.
So it worked out swimmingly. I can't.
So you're very happy with
complain.
it.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's totally worth it.
Yeah, because like it was like under that year mark that you finally got to really see it perform since having it, right?
Yeah, and I was able to reduce my power to the point where I was backfeeding to the grid because the power walls were full, or I was generating more juice than I was using. So yeah, it's gonna, in the long run, be great. I won't have a power bill to worry about. And the only downside is legally I have to still be connected to the grid, but that hopefully might be changing in the future.
Yeah. Cool.
So we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, you've been going for a while. My phone has pretty good battery.
So here it is. It's as low as we can get it right here. Which is pretty crazy because that means the entire dish. This add about a 1/4 inch to this because that's we'd have to put what essentially a 1/4 inch one of these on it, right? So you can see it. Not only is it, this is the lid for my other ones. That you can see it's a teeny bit taller and definitely a lot wider. But look at that. Go low. Go to the ground. That is how low off the surface of your vehicle or whatever you're putting on that thing's going to be. That's it. I mean, that is as low pro as you're going to be able to make one of these things. So, right there.
Wow. Have you had anyone request for these yet?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. There's actually a couple people that are like, they haven't sent them yet, but they keep talking about how they're sending them and keep waiting for them to show up in the mail. But a couple guys are like, I'm just going to send it to you, figure it out. But we figured it out right here.
We figured it out and we did it live.
Yeah.
And some people ask why we did it live, because we can.
And the greatest thing is we didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually kind of killed it.
Like
Yeah, we
talk
did.
about you were kind of
Literally.
nervous.
Did it.
Was I nervous? Oh yeah, I was nervous because I didn't really know it was in here. But so what I was nervous about was if you look at, like I could never do this with the other one. You can't touch it. I can't do that with this one. There's a lot of, like, zoom in on this. There's a lot of stuff that you're really, really close to when you're cutting this down, right? all this stuff, and you come over here and you're just very, very close. This one, it's got like protective coating over the entire thing. It's insane.
Chris says hook it up and see if it gets signal.
Well, it's not going to get signal through the roof here.
Do we need to go outside?
Yeah, you want to go? Should we try it?
Let's do it.
Let's try it.
Show,
Let's try it.
Show
We're gonna
that we
have to
didn't destroy anything.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, prove to everyone that we didn't break it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fair enough.
We need.
All right, Chris, we're gonna hook it up just for you.
Oh,
Just for you.
first.
All right, so we're gonna have to put it out here on the grass here. Now, keep in mind, it's not gonna be the best signal because we're up against a freaking hotel room. But I'm gonna use the light in here to plug this in. I need to be able to see what I'm doing here.
And we can run the long cable outside, so these things we can keep inside. So we'll plug these things in here.
See, that's gonna be that's the hardest part about this, getting this in, is getting that plug back here. This plug right here. That is the hard part right here, because it's tight.
Why are you doing this? What did Elon say to you, Ellie? Oh man, we got some people late to the stream.
Hello.
Yeah, they might have to go back when it's over.
Okay, so now we can. Oh, and I need to take this and plug it in.
Why are we doing this? All right, the SparkNotes version. We have 20 Starlink dishes that we are modifying here. A global emergency relief organization is using them to mount them on their vehicles. However, Scott had an extra high performance dish that really no one wanted. And so we're not destroying it, we are modifying it, but we're repurposing it. But I thought that you guys would like to see it live. Hence why we're here live doing this.
Now this is the hard
And now
part,
we're gonna
getting this back.
prove that it still works.
I don't know how
So,
I got it out.
SparkNotes.
Right, we only need one of them in there. The other was for the motor mount, right?
Ufologist says 20. Oh no, this is going to take weeks. Brandon, we are not here for weeks, are we?
I did, no, I did 15. We did 15 in about 15 hours.
Yeah.
Hello.
We leave
What's up,
tomorrow, and we got here just last night. So we don't really have much time. So really, we're kind of eating into the time to do this. I mean, we'll get it done. But I
I'll take some
thought you
pictures.
guys would. Someone says Elon wouldn't give her that interview. Now she's out to get revenge. I'm not trying to get
She's
revenge.
Live, she's live on YouTube right now. We did the whole thing live on
I'm not
YouTube.
trying to get revenge.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that I got to meet him and that
What did she do?
he posed for a picture with me. And
Just cut this pretty cool. She does a lot
okay,
of,
he's joking.
SpaceX
Yeah, I hope that I still have
and,
the opportunity someday to
she's
get
a
that
Tesla,
interview.
She's an Elon fangirl. Yeah, like we're Elon fanboy, she's an Elon fangirl, you know, same thing.
I prefer fan.
You're a fanboy too, John.
Fanboy.
You're a
Fanboy.
big time
Sounds
Elon
better.
fanboy. Dude, let's do it. Oh yes, John, I'm so excited. You're ordering a Tesla? Good for you, dude. It's about frickin' time. Listen, guys, for everyone watching live, this guy was giving me shit about my Tesla, and I drove him around with full self-driving beta maybe like, what, a month ago, John? And now he can't stop talking about it, so he's gonna get one. Well, there it is. What's up? Going good, man. We got 15 of the 20 done. We just saw high
Yes.
performance ones.
Tomorrow
16
is
of the
Tesla
20 done.
Q3 earnings call. Someone points out.
And
Are you going to be on the
it's
call,
actually pretty cool, man.
Scott?
The back of these, I'm gonna send you some photos. man.
Elon says he'll be on the call, so
I'll
that's
be
pretty cool.
listening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on listening.
Really?
Michael wants to know, when are you making the trip to Australia to interview Marcus House? I would love to, like for real, and Stephen Mark Ryan. And Marcus is in Tasmania, so
Dude,
I would
what do you
really
think I
need
do
to.
every day, dude? Every day.
We're gonna go outside.
All right.
Whoops. Yeah.
Oh, so someone wants to know, how did you get an extra performance dish, Scott?
An order mix-up.
And they said they didn't want it back.
No, they said I could send it back, but I decided I wanted to hold on to it for now because I didn't know if it was going to be needed for Ian.
Right, and
So
no one
what?
has claimed it.
No, it's
His.
it's mine.
No, I know, but no one wanted it
No
for
one
help.
wanted it for help.
So you were like, all right, well,
All right, let's find an organization that wants it for help.
I wanted it.
this
Exactly.
guy wanted
So we get it all
it.
figured
Here we
out.
are.
So we get it all figured out.
So by the way, guys, the plan here, unless he's changed his mind in the last 2 hours, he may have, after seeing how badass it is we're gonna put this on top of my race car, and we're gonna step up from 1080p to try and get some 4K live stream with that extra upload. So it's definitely big, as you can see, but it's pretty simple. So this is what will be going through the motor area and out your pole. So anyone who has a Starlink knows that your thing goes into your pole before you put it on there. So imagine this is your pole. This is what it is. So the important part is you just got to plug this in. So the case we're going to make is going to have it about right here, and all this will be inside the case, and all you have to do is just plug this in. So it plugs in like that. So imagine the case we're making, it'll kind of be like that.
Okay.
This will be all sealed off here like the other ones. And that's it. And we're gonna flip this thing upside down. We're gonna put it right here. We're gonna let her rip chocolate chip, you know what I mean?
Rip chocolate chip.
Is it plugged in?
Everything is plugged in.
So because I unplugged it, I would suggest just plug the modem back in again. And
Yep, let's cycle it.
we'll do the Wi-Fi.
They say Starlink would be upset if we sent it back now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'd probably be like, "Oh, excuse me, sir."
Oh, we're getting a signal. You know what the
Stinky.
signal is?
It's stinky.
It's stinky.
And
Okay.
explain that.
All right. So what happened was it used to be Starlink.
Starlink,
It just used to be Starlink.
internet,
Okay?
something.
And what happened was Elon tweeted to everyone that he was sick and tired of us not securing our network. So like I had mine changed, but some people just left it as Starlink, no password. He's like, you guys have to protect your networks, guys. So he says, I'm gonna make you guys do it. So he made the default Stinky. So when you click on Stinky for the first time, it's gonna pop up and it's gonna say, create a network. And we're gonna make a name right now when it goes. Well, maybe. We did just unplug it and plug it back in, so maybe it's doing
It may
something.
have because I lost it for a second there,
Yeah.
so I don't know if it's still out there. I'm assuming it stands for like Starlink Internet Key.
5% battery? Living life on the edge,
Steve
or what?
wants to know, have you guys received any kind of official response from SpaceX about your operation there?
No. Have not. Try not to click on it. One of us needs to do it,
Yeah.
not the other
Yeah,
one.
I didn't click. I didn't click. Yep,
Because I think it's like,
I did not click.
Confused?
there we go. So that's what happens. When you first turn your Starlink on, any of them, you click on, you attach to the stinky network, and it's going to make you create a network name, right?
Okay.
So what are we making? I can change it later. What are we making it?
Avengers.
Avengers.
Or Ellie in space.
Ellie in space. Yes.
Ellie in space.
I win.
And then the password's going to be something she'll remember.
Don't
1,
tell
2,
them.
3, 4, 5.
Oh, dang it. Hi, Blakely.
It doesn't like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. There we go.
Oh my gosh, we just showed everyone our password.
Well, they got to be here to log on to it, though. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is temporary. But anyways, that's how it works. You create your network, Ellie in space, password. Now you're going to have to go back. Stinky's still there, but it's going to disappear. And then Ellie in space is going to pop up somewhere eventually. And then,
Whoa. Oh, someone says they're in the room next to us. You okay?
yeah.
Right, right.
Oh, are you in room 247 or 249?
Oh, there it is. Ellie in space.
There it is. Click on it. Password was what?
1, 2.
You already forgot?
I'm
Oh
doing
my
a lot
God.
right
1,
now,
2, 3,
man.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jesus. I tried to make it easy and we already forgot it. All right, so now we're connected. So now we're going to go on the Starlink app. So you go to Starlink app. No signal receipt. Okay, that's good though. Okay, so we didn't mess it up, because if we did mess it up, it would say Starlink not connected or disconnected. So if you don't see, now it's searching, so it's doing its thing. So we'll give it a couple minutes. It's the first time it's ever been turned on, so
Right.
it is doing its calibration thing anyways.
They want to see a speed test, so.
Well,
right now we're just making sure it still works.
Can we at least explain to them that we're next to a building and a bunch of trees and another building, and we're on the ground in a parking lot, so don't expect uber fast speeds at this point when that does happen. So. Oh, now we got a car on the way. Oh my God.
Can we move it?
Oh my. Okay. No,
They're not
I hate to
gonna
say it. I hate to
understand.
say it, but of all the parking spots in the entire parking lot, you have to park. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going? Oh, you're good. Don't worry. It's all good. Now no one else can park there. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. Okay. You need a key? I got you. I got you.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking a quick break. Do you mind talking on camera like all the rest of you?
No problem.
Just camera.
Okay, so just to give you an idea of the field of view, there's an app out there that you can get from the App Store. It's called Starlink Satellites, and it has a VR mode or an AR mode where we can sort of see where a Starlink satellite is. So that red dot, in theory, is where we would see a Starlink satellite if it was clear enough and if it was dark enough. And let's see if we can go.
We are online,
there's a couple
boys.
others. See right there?
We are online.
That's because, you see one satellite
Online.
there. Sees
Look
that one
at
there.
that.
It might be picking up that one that's down low, or potentially could be getting that. Oh, look at, man, there's way more up there than I thought there would be. Now, there are some in theory over here, but that building is blocking it. There's no way. So those there are not good.
Did you just disconnect something? Did she just disconnect something?
No.
It just disconnected.
Maybe we didn't pay the bill.
No, like it just disconnect. Did
Look
you?
at that.
Hey,
can see the
did you
satellite. One's
accidentally
going
hit the
this way,
cord in
one's
there?
going the other way.
No? Okay. Well, we were online and now we're not, though. Rip.
Well, it could be. Okay, look, we got a lot up there right now.
Scott, everybody wants to know what that app is.
Okay, so the app is called, let's see if we can get the information on that app. This app is called Starlink Satellites. And let's see if we can get more about that. Okay, it's more functions. Let's see, app tips. How about and help. So the app, Starlink Satellites, you can get it on Google Play and
Google
also
Play.
you definitely find it in Google Play.
And it's free. So Starlink Satellites, Google Play, free. Who doesn't love free? Also, sorry, I had to use Albano. So what happened while I was gone?
We got connectivity and then it disconnected for a second.
Okay.
And we were looking just at the satellites that would be in theory in view. And they would have been around there. So it may be that if we move it over here, we might get a little bit more of the sky. So, you want to try that?
Sure. Just make sure you don't unplug it. But yeah, it's a long cord.
Yeah.
Very long cord.
And let me see. So I'm going to see if I can connect to Ellie in space also. Let me go ahead and see. We're going to go on here. We're going to look for the networks. I just
Also,
see Ellie
I'm
in
doing
space.
this on my iPhone on a single charge here, so it's been going pretty good. I'm also getting the iPhone 14 next week, so I'm really excited for that because one of my lenses is cracked in the front, and that has been not great if I want to zoom in because it gets all bad. So, I mean, since I'm mostly doing a lot of stuff on my phone, yeah, I need a good phone, so I'm excited for that. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, someone says the car is blocking the signal. We are working on it, so I guess this is where I do a tap dance to entertain you guys. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is an impressive phone battery, so we'll see how long it lasts. But this is our current setup right now. We have the office here, aka the hotel room. There's my hotel room. So did it work for you?
Not yet. We're wondering if it connected, and the thing is, this might be out of its regional area. So it may not be getting connection because of that, or we may be being blocked because of the car or the building or something like that. I'm thinking that if we move it a little bit more this way, maybe it will be a little bit happier. Let's try it. I guess we should go like that. The other one. Let's see. Playing mostly up. Maybe we don't get any blockage there.
Yes, we have just moved it to a non-occupied parking spot, and John wants to know what kind of iPhone I have. I currently have an iPhone 12 Pro Max, but I have an iPhone 14, I think it's a Pro, that's coming in about a week. So I'm really excited for that. I'm also really excited to show you guys what I'm gonna be for Halloween. Can you guys guess what I'm gonna be for Halloween? Guess in the comments. Yes, ufologist says you are geofenced out. No, I am not going to be Wednesday, not going to be Grim Reaper. It's pretty on brand with my channel. Not a Martian, but I did consider that. I did consider being a Martian. Grimes? No, but oh, I like that. How would I be Grimes? I guess I'd have to get like elf ears and, you know, do like the alien scratch tattoo. Hey, we got a winner, we got a winner! Jay Norgus says TeslaBot. I'm gonna be TeslaBot. All right, let's go. What?
Unexpected location. Please use your Starlink at your registered address.
So that's why it's not working.
So we are about
That's why it's not
100
working.
miles or so
We're technically
away
online, but
from its address.
it's unusable internet at this point because the way Starlink is set up, you need to be in your cell, and because this thing's
We're not
never
in
been
the
turned
cell.
on, we're not in the cell. So it is what it is. So,
Yep.
but it does work. You can see that it does work. It's online. It's just not usable internet because we're kind of blocked from using it because we're not in our spot.
Right.
Now, he could turn on portability, and
Yeah.
we can try that.
Enable the roaming
But
setups.
sometimes, I'll be honest with you, sometimes the first time you do that, you have to be in your home location to get the update for it. We'll see if it'll do it this one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So,
You want to try and do that?
yeah, let's give it a try.
All right, you guys, we're
So-
really going the distance here.
All right.
Let's get off Wi-Fi.
So we are going to try to enable the roaming feature and see if that works.
Yeah.
Here,
Let's close the out.
let's pull out all the stops here. I mean, we've been going at this for 128 minutes. We might as well keep going, right? I do plan to make like a more edited version of this video, but I just thought I would go live because I'm also trying to get more comfortable going live. I think it's really fun, and sometimes I get in my head and think, oh gosh, you know, am I gonna say something stupid? I might still do that, but also curious, how many of you guys are gonna be at TeslaCon Florida? I'm not, but how many of you guys are gonna try to go to that or go to Ascend or go to the Falcon Heavy launch that we are really excited for, and that's expected to be on Halloween here. So I may or may not come back for that. I don't know yet. But I do plan to come back. So this is like kind of like a whirlwind of a trip here in Florida. But I do plan to come back November 13th through the 21st. However, if Starship announces it's gonna do something, I'll be in Texas. So yes, because you know what? I feel like we all are Starship fanatics here. Thank you guys. Am I right that you would rather see me cover Starship? Sorry, over Artemis. Whatever. I know what you guys want. I know what you guys like. I've gotten to know you well enough now to know who you root for, and most of you guys are SpaceX fans. So All right, what's the deal, Doc?
Now we're gonna go down to, we're gonna find the Starlink that we want to look for, which is, we have 2.
Right.
60. That's Starlink's, okay. Multi, manage your orders.
Might be the one.
Okay.
So just look at that one.
I don't see the 0. Let's get those.
Michael wants to know, have I found myself a climbing buddy? When I'm actually home, which apparently happens to be pretty rare, I do have 2 climbing partners now in Oregon, which I'm really excited about because, you know, it's pretty important to have someone there to belay you. I don't do any of that free soloing nonsense. So, yes, I found 2 climbing partners, and so pretty happy about that. But problem is, I'm not really home a lot. And so I try to climb as much as I can when I'm at home. And then sometimes I'll even go. In fact, last time I was in Florida, I did check out the rock gym here. There's actually a rock gym in the Melbourne area. Who knew? It's pretty old school, but whatever, they have a rock gym. So whenever I'm on vacation, I try to go to the rock gyms because rock climbing is very important to me. Sorry guys, we're still waiting for this to work, and some of you guys are still hanging out, so I'm just gonna keep going until either my phone dies. I guess I do have like an extra battery pack, but
Router's just, that's just the problem.
Yeah, so I think that's the voice.
Let's
Okay.
go back on Wi-Fi.
Actually, try Wi-Fi.
Let's go back to Wi-Fi. Get back on that.
oh, I see. Michael clarified. He says that he wants me, or he's suggesting that I find a stuffed climbing buddy to ascend with me. I really like this idea, but I think that it would be pretty cool to use my replacement Tesla bot, since I gave my 3D printed Tesla bot to Elon Musk. I don't know if you've heard of him. It's pretty popular, but I got a replacement, so it's very light. So that would be really cool to take up with me. So, man, I wish I had a stand for this camera here. Yeah, Jeff says IT is hurry up and wait. So, let's go check the status here. What's the status?
Getting there.
We're getting there. What's the update? Give us the update. Huh?
We returned it to portability status, and we're going to cycle the power right now because that seems to be the thing to do.
Okay. Cool.
And so it's disconnected, and then we're going to plug it back in. It's going to be running, and let's hope. It now
Okay,
gets the
well,
connection.
holler at me when it's ready.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna show them the room again. Because someone, yeah, we are turning it off and on, but someone wanted to know, Ron's Dig in the Midwest says, are you also doing the final installation of the units? So what we are tasked with doing here is modifying these, okay? So we're cutting these up, and then we're creating these. Here, let me turn it around, sorry. These flat mounts. So there's still, this is not complete, but there's a couple more steps to do. But we are basically just making them so that when the emergency relief organization comes to pick them up, they can just stick them on the hood of a Jeep. This time what's different from the last units that Brandon modified is they wanted air tags, and they wanted to use these really interesting, they're called Sea Sucker. Of course, I don't know where one is now. They wanted to use these suction cups right here. So I want to do a demonstration of how those work, but I don't know where the open one is. So, but I'll show you kind of some of the progress that we've made so far. Ta-da! So yeah, this is kind of what we're in charge of doing. And I have not been cutting them up, So that is something that I haven't been able to do, but I've been assembling things and doing other parts of the process. And, you know, writing on them, because I like to write on things. Penmanship is not dead. So let's go outside again. Look at this. Isn't this awesome? Some of you guys are asking why we're doing this here instead of somewhere else. This is for an emergency organization, and you know, this is kind of what they were able to coordinate, is 2 hotel rooms for us to get this done in less than 2 days. So yeah, and I'll probably have to wrap up this live stream soon here, because either my phone is going to die or we really need to get back to the real work that we are here to do. Don't miss your flight to Vegas. I don't fly until Sunday, so I think we got some time. Is this a hotel room? It is a hotel room. Yes, it is. I'm not from Florida. Brandon's not from Florida. But, let's see. All right, we're gonna go check on the connection again.
Yeah, I'm online.
It's getting dark out here.
Oh, you're online now.
But now it's the signal. Yeah, now it's his network issue because it's probably doing that thing again.
Came on there.
Any update?
We keep going on and offline. I don't get the same messages he
I'm
gets.
still getting the unexpected.
Are you? Okay.
Unexpected location is okay. Using your Starlink.
We need to go on a computer because the app is really kind of weird.
Yeah.
So you may have turned portability on for your other one and not this one.
Maybe. We'll see.
So
Hopefully it's the right one that we did it for. Okay. Let
me grab my laptop.
Or maybe it takes a while for it to get the information that it's portable, or is it instantaneous?
It's usually pretty instantaneous. What makes me think that? Let me get my computer.
Yeah, it did get dark quick. It's already dark. Okay. Shall we wrap it up soon so we can, you know,
Yeah, no, we gotta keep working on
do
this stuff.
real
but,
things?
No, I agree. We just kind of want to try and figure this out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give us like 5-10 more minutes.
Okay. All right,
How
guys.
many people you got watching still?
Still about 213.
Really?
So.
Wow.
Sounds like IT. Break out the laptop.
It's IT time. I'm not gonna need him to come out here or come in here. I guess we can go out there. Like one of them are gonna have the hotspot for me. All right. I'm gonna need someone to hotspot. Jonas Hill cell phone service.
They did not take over my hotel room. We actually luckily have 2 hotel rooms, so I don't have to cuddle up with Starlinks or like sleep with glue smell, because so we are just trying a couple more things, but I don't think we can stay on here for too much longer. So thank you to everyone who has been hanging out with us. It's been pretty cool. And okay, we're just gonna try to get connected here. Part of the problem is that Scott is from the Sarasota area and we're in the Orlando area, and so we are working on getting that going here. What a crazy adventure. Literally, I was only asked like a week ago, hey, or less than a week ago, want to go to Florida? Yeah, why not? Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. Some people are wondering why I'm doing this live, and I'm like, because I'm a YouTuber now and I feel like I should do live streams. So trying to live up to the expectations here. I'm curious, you guys, because I quit my job in news May 20th. So, I've only been at this full time for a few months. But what do you expect from your favorite YouTubers? What is it that you want to see? Do you want to see more live streams? Do you want to see, that one really highly produced video, but you're going to have to wait a couple weeks in between? Someone says, I love your live streams. Thank you. I appreciate that. What do you guys look forward to? And also, like, how do you know, prioritize who you watch on YouTube? Because there are so many YouTubers. More live streams. Okay, Jose says more live streams. So nice to see women in space, Jeff. Thank you. And honestly, I'm meeting so many women in space. I'm actually really excited because I'll be meeting Gwynne Shotwell. Hello, the president of SpaceX. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be meeting her in Las Vegas at the Ascend conference Monday. So I'm really excited for that. But there's a lot of women in space and tech that are going to be at this conference. So I highly suggest you look into going because they have a hybrid version as well. And you can use my code AscendEllie, all caps, one word, AscendEllie. I will also put that. Ellie in space, are you wearing your boots? So I am wearing these. Here, I guess I can just go here. Yes, these are my kind of sort of military boots here. Because why not? Okay, so Ed says, part of what you do so well is being social, chase the news and interviews, be yourself. You guys, I knew that when I really started committing to making Ellie in space even more, you know, of a thing at the beginning of this year, I was like, I have a goal to travel every single month for the channel. And not only have I done that, I've also like quit my job in the meantime so that I can do this full time. So your feedback really helps me because, you know, I did 8 years in TV news, but I haven't done 8 years as a full-time YouTuber. So I really appreciate your feedback. I have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We have the Ascend conference. James Dalma has agreed to do a live stream with me. So if you guys are fans of him, you won't want to miss that. I had one of my supporters, you know, send me some of his airline miles the other day, and these little things go a really long way. It's not a little thing, it's great, but I'm saying it all adds up. And it really helps me because I'm still navigating doing this full time. I actually just finally made a website, ellieinspace.com, because people were, I guess, already looking it up. So I'm working on that, but you know, YouTube is the #1 priority. I'm also not sure because I feel like a lot of people say that they, you know, don't really like the shorts, but YouTube wants us to make shorts and more shorts, and so they're really pushing shorts. So Michael says, Ellie, I watch YouTube content that interests me. I support women in STEM. You should consider yours an honorary member. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I am just trying to especially interview more women on my channel as well, because I feel like it's usually dudes that I'm interviewing, which is fine. Yeah. Tyne Spring says shorts are as bad as TikToks. Unfortunately, that's what's happening, right? We have TikTok, and so you have Instagram that they're doing reels now. If you scroll on Instagram, most of it is video media now that you're gonna see. You're not gonna see a lot of pictures, and that is not a coincidence. Yeah, Chris says shorts clog up my feed and I ignore them almost entirely. Well, that's good to know, but man, they really want us to do shorts, I'm telling you. They want to compete with TikTok. Yes, they do. So, live stream is great when I can watch it. You're doing great and your content is great, informative. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this has been a wild journey for me. I do not have a background in this, but that's okay because I have a background in journalism, and sometimes we would be assigned a certain beat. Maybe you're the health beat, maybe you're the crime beat, maybe you're the SpaceX, Tesla, Starlink beat. That's what I decided to be, so. But I am learning more about it, so let's see. Do you get paid for shorts? I don't think you do as of now, but I think they're changing that. But it sounds like none of you guys like shorts. I'm sorry to hear that. I haven't made many, and when I have made them, I feel like people say they don't like them, so that's unfortunate because YouTube is really trying to push them. Let's see. Now it's Planet Earth beat. Yeah, I've been doing like also just kind of random videos. You know, I did that video about the Tesla solar roof, but now that's my second most watched video on my channel. That's wild. Like, and that was just kind of like me going for it. You guys might be interested. So some of my stuff is a little bit like offbeat, but you guys seem to enjoy it, and I appreciate that. So, Avengers, what's going on?
Howdy.
How's it going?
It's going.
Okay.
Did you order another one? What is this?
I'm actually on my phone looking at ordering Starlink right now.
Really? Okay, well finally. I mean, my goodness, what a weird order you went in. I'm gonna sit on this sidewalk powwow here.
Okay, so what's the
Yeah, I don't
All
know
right.
how much farther that we'll actually be able to get because we're outside of the region
Yeah.
at the moment. But we've at least proven that we didn't cut anything and
We did.
it's still functional.
We did.
So
I mean, people are still hanging out, so you know, it's a Tuesday.
it is a Tuesday. 7:30.
This is what we're doing. I didn't think that I'd be hanging out on a curb in Florida on Tuesday. What is today? October. Is it the 16th or the 17th? Is it 17th? 18th? No, it's not. Are you serious? Did you check?
I curved with Starlink.
one separate?
I have trouble keeping. Yeah, it's the 18th. Oh my gosh. Don't tell anyone.
Are you supposed to fly out today?
No, I just like forget what day of the week it is. It's horrible. Like I know that I have to be somewhere the 23rd, but in between is kind of, you know, flex, right?
Okay. This thing.
Your shorts are not why we love your work. You go into the depths in your interviews, and that's why we love your work. And I tried to make it in person. In person. Yeah.
Making it happen.
We're not, I mean, StreamYard's great. Zoom is great. Online interviews are great.
You told them you wanted to change this one.
But it's not the same. It's just not the same. I'm sorry.
So they added
Starlink curb watching is a thing now. Yeah, this is our like Starlink tailgate
Right now,
party.
what thinks happening is they think this is good.
At least it's not cold. At least it's not cold. Thank you guys who say love your stuff. I really do appreciate that. Ellie in Space, new t-shirt, curb watching. I like it.
Right?
The merch
So,
is a hard one. I've tried to make some merch.
makes you think is
It's
they're gonna
very
really
hit or miss,
expect you to get
unfortunately.
rid of
So
the other one.
I'll keep working on that.
I
I think I just need to come
Or
up
you
with
just-
better merch. Steve says, you're doing well. You're a great YouTuber. Just don't burn yourself out. If you ever need a break, we'll understand.
So you're planning on doing an RV?
No?
No breaks
No breaks?
for Ellie. Ellie.
I mean, I take my breaks when I go hiking for like 17 miles. That's like a break. Can't, you know, most times I don't have service. Maybe someday I'll have like a little mini Starlink that I can do.
Okay.
Well, you got that backpack there. You could
Yeah.
totally
True.
put the Starlink on your back.
She doesn't quit. She never surrenders. Oh, someone has my horse at Starbase sweatshirt. I'm going to show you guys what he's talking about because Scott is wearing that as well.
Well, that's the thing.
I did 2 runs of this and we
I
got
just type my
like,
address in. It's gonna say boom.
I
you're
think
good to go.
18 orders total. So
I have all my dishes.
that's not great. But that's okay. I think it means that you guys probably didn't like the design and that's okay too. So, you know, I guess I want to know, like, how many of you guys buy merch? And, you know, are you buying mostly everyday astronaut stuff? He has great work, by the way. So, yes, I will put a plug in here for him because he really does great work. It's actually his girlfriend behind the scenes who designs his merch, I guess, and makes everything look nice. So shout out to her. Some people keep saying, oh, you guys look cute together. I'm like, he is definitely very much taken, so good for him. But he is also a great character, and you want to check out that interview. I did interview Tim Dodd, aka Every Astronaut, last time I was here in Florida. So, and that interview took 8 months to secure. So 8 months, I waited. And I will keep waiting for that Elon interview. I hope that I get it someday. Yes, Uncle Yukon says I've gotten stuff from Everyday Astronaut and NASA's spaceflight as I can afford it. So I think I just need to make better stuff. And that's okay, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Oh, okay. Jeff says, bot solving the money problem Tesla shirt. Nice, nice, nice. How about a Tesla bot shirt? It's a good idea. That is a good idea. I was thinking, well, I shouldn't actually say what I think my t-shirt designs are until I make them, so we're gonna hold on to them. Let's see. Love your content. Thank you, Steven. I watch just about all space YouTubers, and you have a new view on this nerdy stuff. I really try to provide like a unique angle, a unique twist. I try to bring like my, almost a decade of being a TV news anchor and a TV news reporter to this. And that's why I never claim to be an expert. And I'm always trying to interview experts. Like one of these guys over here who is a rocket scientist. That guy in the glasses, he's an actual rocket scientist and a roboticist. So I'm not gonna pretend that I know more than him, but he and Jonathan McDowell, also someone who comes on the channel a lot. I really appreciate having this network of these experts that we can all ask questions and learn from. So that has been very exciting. Let's see. You are giving the everyman's point of view of things. Everyone loves that. I appreciate that. Right. When I worked in news, for example, because some people say, how do you edit so fast? Because I had a deadline to meet every single day in news. It was like stressful. Maybe you put in your calls at like 10 o'clock after the morning meeting, you're trying to set up interviews and no one is pulling through, and then people cancel. So maybe you get your interview at 3 o'clock and you have to have that story on air by 5 p.m. Oh, and you also have to be set up for your live shot. So you are scrambling to get things done. So I know how to work under a deadline, and I know how to adapt, and I know how to talk to people. I went into news being a pretty shy person, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not that shy anymore. Steve says, I hope you could do a Gwen Shotwell interview. I don't remember seeing her do many interviews. That would be awesome. So here's the scoop. Here's the lowdown with that. She is very busy. I have tried to I've tried to email her to set up an interview like over the past year and a half. And every time her assistant says she'd love to, but she's busy. She will be there at Ascend. However, they say that she's going to be too busy. So I'm going to do my best. I mean, I didn't have a ticket to AI Day, and somehow I got in and met Elon Musk. And I did not break in, by the way. But I would love to at least ask her like one question, but I will do my best. But there's going to be other really amazing, interesting people in the field at Ascend. So if you guys want to look at the speaker roster and tell me if there's anyone in specific that you want me to talk to, I'm going to try to talk to Pam Melroy, the NASA Deputy Administrator. I'm trying to talk to Ellen Ochoa. She is one of the moderators and an astronaut. So there's some really cool people that are going to be there. There's like over 300 people, by the way, so I'm not going to list them all right now. Okay. Michael says, have you ever considered doing a live or Zoom interview with Dr. Becky, who has the know on James Webb? So I have done one interview with Dr. Becky, and it was not live. I will tell you, it's very hard to coordinate with her. She's very busy. That's the thing with like a lot of these really professional people, they're busy. And so I can try to put that together, but I can't guarantee anything. Still, do my best. I'll do my best. That's what I can do. Yeah. Would I go to Mars or Moon? Moon? Yes. I'd be scared. I'm not gonna lie. Mars? No. Probably not. Probably not, but I will cover the process here from Earth as much as I can. You guys, that was such a driving factor for me to leave my job in news. I was like, I need to be there for the Starship evolution, and I need to be able to drop everything and not have, I don't know, have to get PTO or something. So, what's going on? Where'd it go?
The question is that
What's going on?
we packed up so much stuff there, and a lot of that, we don't know where it's going to go.
Wait, what happened to what we were just doing?
Basically doing a timeout. We're waiting for it to recycle.
Okay,
It's probably
okay.
gonna be- we have a feeling it takes a little while for the account to get updated.
Okay.
Because it was not in portability mode,
Oh,
and we're really
okay.
far
Okay.
from the registered address, and it is definitely working. So we know it's working
That's
because it
good.
knows that we're at the wrong location. And it
Yeah.
keeps on telling us like,
Okay.
sorry, I got the signal.
Confirmed. We didn't ruin it.
We didn't ruin it.
Confirmed.
We can't do any speed tests because we can't get the portability. And the irony is, in order to get portability, we have to bring it back to the home cell first, update it there, and then it becomes portable.
Ah,
But because
okay.
we're so far from the home cell, that's not going to work.
Okay, so now what are we doing?
Now, suggestions from the community. As you can see, there are so many extra bits that have come from removing the base,
Yeah.
and there are motors in there. There's like 2 separate motors or some kind of motors that are in there. You think that would be a great contribution to some local STEM programs? Do you think they would take it?
They might, but I also don't know if we need to give everything back to the relief org. So
Yeah, they might, or if the relief org is like, no.
Yeah, they might
we
not
don't-
need it.
They might not want it.
okay.
And
So,
yeah,
if
that's
you
a
guys
good
are interested
question.
in that, let us know. Of
Yeah,
course.
we're going to try to figure out
We're
the
gonna go
best thing
back
to do with
inside
it.
for a little bit. Thank you guys for continuing to hang out with us. Either we're really entertaining or you're really bored.
You can cut out as much as you want. What I did, it's hard to see there. I made it so that where that little
Okay.
gap is. it's
Michael
more-
says, Ellie, you're perfect for the astronaut training program to be Ellie reporting from space. Honestly, I think it could happen.
I don't have a cable out.
We're
yet,
calling
but I'm
it
trying to
here
find,
today, October 18th, 2022. I think I will go to
yeah.
space in my lifetime. So,
Yeah.
although I'll be scared. But
I don't have one handy though.
face,
they're all over the
feel
place
the
now.
fear,
That's
face
a high
the fear, and
performance
do it anyway, right?
Talk about this.
No
right?
doubt in my mind. Ed Dyer says he has no doubt that I'll be in space. I feel like I've had more people tell me that than
Yeah, you
I've
want it down
like
like that.
had that own internal
Yes.
thought, but
Yep.
it's kind of wild how many people say that, and I'm like, you know what?
To do that, you need
Pretty
it to
cool.
be. You need it to be. I wish I had
Talk
one that
about
was
a,
To do
you know,
that,
once
you
in a
need it to
lifetime
be,
opportunity. You know, it's interesting. I've talked about that with my parents, and my mom is actually like not stoked on it, which is crazy because she's, you know, a mechanical engineer, and I would think she'd be totally into it. But yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, you
Bergonia
have to
says,
do
I assumed you were going for it when I first saw your channel. So when I really first started my channel, it was just about education and keeping people in the loop about Starlink, especially because when I first got Starlink, it was so new. It was still the better than nothing beta. I think we got the dish January of 2021 in Washington State. So it's still very, very new. Obviously now it's evolved a lot, but it was really like me just making it, you know, my beat and something that I wanted to reach out to the people that it was benefiting. Not just do, you know, speed tests and a lot of like cliche things that unboxing and whatever. I wanted to like talk to people that this was actually really benefiting. So
That's the kind of
here we are today. This has been a wild journey. Like honestly, an absolutely wild journey. Like the more the channel advances and the people I meet, I'm like, I really think we might be in a simulation, but there's nothing I can do about it. So it's all right. Just gonna go along with the ride.
Well, you know what's happening when I
That whole
ship
thing
them?
is sealed,
They're shrinking in the
and you don't have any pressure if you take it up really
Yeah.
high.
So you're a rocket
I don't know.
scientist?
I have a degree in aerospace engineering. Yes.
I'm kidding. I know that.
So-
What did you think about this whole operation? The surgery here.
Oh, the surgery here. Are we live streaming?
Yeah, we're still going.
Oh, we're still live streaming. Oh, I wasn't sure, so I have to watch my language.
We're
No.
160 minutes in,
Oh,
guys.
right, 160 minutes in. Yes, so basically what I like to say is I'm a lapsed rocket scientist. So I got a degree in rocket science, but I never really, except for an internship, never really applied it because I then pivoted and went into robotics instead. But I've always had a fondness for space and space travel and rockets and everything like that. This here is really interesting because what we're doing is we're just repurposing something to find a better application for Starlink. There are
Right.
so many applications for Starlink. There's more applications just putting it on your roof.
Right.
And as you can see, a lot of humanitarian organizations, contractors, people that have to work out in the field that don't have internet connectivity are realizing that this is a viable solution for them.
Right.
And the thing is, if you want portability, you actually need to have a stand that's portable. So the way it comes out of the box, it's not really as portable as you'd like, because do you want to have that big stand? I mean, do you want to take this stand, whatever stand it is, mount this on the top of your vehicle or something like that with a pole coming into it? And the whole idea is just getting rid of all that. You don't need all that. It's complexity.
Right.
And so it's simplifying it. It would not be, well, I think they are coming out with a flat version anyway, because they realize there's a lot of.
But isn't it? I've heard here. Let's go over here.
Yeah.
I've heard that it's going to be much more expensive.
Yeah, and I think it's really meant for like marine environments. So you're just going to mount it on top of.
So you're saying SpaceX is going to make their own
Yes,
flat
they have
version?
one. I think there's a flat version.
But isn't it like 10 grand?
Yes.
Can anyone do a fact check here?
Yeah, I think it's on there. It might be on their site now.
Right.
There was some information about that, and it's really meant for marine.
Okay.
And I think
Okay.
it's not the smaller version; it's a much bigger version.
Whereas you can hire Brandon and have one of these made for less than.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think.
I haven't shown
these-
anything, but there are suction
like-
cups that will mount this directly to your vehicle.
Yes.
Did you take a look at those suckers yet?
So grab one so that we can
Yeah,
put it on
let's
the
go.
wall, because there's an
Yeah.
open one somewhere. I want to show
Yeah,
people.
Right there. Right there.
Where'd the suckers go? Where's the
Oh,
sucker?
suckers?
Yeah. Throw me a sucker. Throw me a sucker.
Alright,
Can I get
alright,
to see, sucker?
Where's one of those open? Is there one around here somewhere?
There was one open.
There was one open.
And there's freaking 120 of them in here, guys.
And where'd those suckers
Here,
go?
just take one. Just take it.
Okay.
It was like right up here. It's
Yeah,
disappeared.
it probably was already.
It's around here.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna show you something.
So here we have.
Come over here. In the light.
120 of them.
So these suckers here are rather serious.
I mean, I gotta finish doing this one.
Okay,
but,
it's
I'm
not
gonna-
your
I'm
normal
gonna-
kind of,
you glue that thing down nice and
Vacuum
good.
cup,
All
right?
right.
Do you want me to mount this on the mirror, or do you trust it is going to be too strong with the mirror?
Well, you gotta take the cap off first, partner.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
It does
Hot
help.
now.
So here we go. Boom, done. That's it. You're gonna probably rip the whole mirror off the wall speed.
It's just.
So the way you release it, you just put your fingers right here.
Boom.
Oh,
Almost.
I'm gonna rip them. I'm not seeing ripping the freaking mirror off. Oh yeah, see, this is how good they are.
Uh-oh, people are saying mirror will break. Oh, we didn't break the mirror.
And there's going to be 4 of them
Congratulations.
mounted on there. So
Yes.
So yeah,
that's
well,
going to be
well, we're
secure.
gonna do. Let's come in here. I'll show you this one.
That means you can go. How fast were those on your roof?
As fast as you want, probably.
Fast as you want.
So this is a case without a Starlink in it, right? There's 22 holes for the bolts to go through that hold the clear material down, but the outside 4 corners go all the way through. They're threaded. So what's going to happen is, for the sake of the demonstration,
Anton
This-
says I love this guy, by the way. So,
what happened?
someone loves you.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Love you too. Love you long time. All right, so you'll screw this down, obviously, but the thing is you're gonna have, it's gonna be about a 1/4 inch more because we have a piece of clear material that goes here. So I'm gonna kind of show you kind of where it goes. It'll be about right about there. And then this is the same thread pitch as all the bolts we use on here, which is awesome. And then you just go spin it on,
Woo!
and you'll have 4 of those. And you just, whatever you want.
Cool.
And you can drive with that on your
You can
car.
drive it on your car. And here's the thing. We have white suckers for white cases and black suckers for the black ones. So it looks nice.
Oh, wow.
But how are they being attached to the Jeep?
The one
Were you
last-
using these?
We were using magnets. And
Okay,
the thing
that's
about
what
the
I thought.
magnets is that magnets have, this has flex in it, right? A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So if something's not completely flat, a little bit rounded or something, this will actually kind of mold around that,
Mhm,
surface. The magnets have to be like completely flat or they're not going to be as effective. So they were kind of having the problem where you think your roof is flat on your car, it's not. You think your hood is flat, it's not. So it's not really, they weren't sticking as well. So
Gotcha.
we switched to
And
these.
magnets only work on steel.
And magnets only work on steel. This will work on
And magnets won't work on stainless steel.
true. And
So
you
it
know,
won't
you know what
work in
magnets
cybertruck.
also won't work on? Tesla roofs because they're glass.
Glass.
And check this out. This is going to be super cool. Check this out. We're doing one of these for a guy that I race with, and we're gonna take his, and instead of putting the bolt this way, we're gonna put the bolt. Check this out. We're gonna do the other way. So he's gonna have all these ones going this way, and he's gonna have the 4 bolts coming through the top of this. So
Oh, he's gonna put it inside the car, not on the outside.
inside the car.
Because it's clear.
Because it's clear.
It's clear. So
Yeah.
long as it's clear,
Yep.
it will go through. But
Yep.
because it's not a metal roof, aha.
So what we're gonna
Awesome.
do with his, we're gonna take his 4 bolts and go this way with it, all the way through.
Now you don't need suckers that are quite that serious for inside, do you?
We're just serious, man. We do serious stuff around here. We have seriously cool stuff, and this
No, I
is
was just thinking that if you had it up there, is this going to block
nah,
the tent a little bit?
nah, it'll be
No.
fine.
Okay.
It'll be fine. So pretty much, we're gonna screw. We're on this, guys. We're gonna do. We're gonna screw them this way. Just the 4 corners, right? All the way down. We're gonna put the lid on it, right? We'll just put a
That's
lid. We'll
nice
just,
because you don't have to run the wire
we'll just put a
outside.
lid on it, right? That's how it would be. And then for this guy, he's gonna put them like this.
The suckers look way too thick for interior, says the ufologist.
Well, this is. I mean, they're gonna put it. He's gonna put it on the back side of his Y, like on the where the trunk is.
Where the trunk is. Yeah.
So imagine this your roof, right? Your back of your car or the inside. It's gonna go like that. That's what he wants to do. So,
All right.
but he also wants to use these because he wants the ability to take it off and put it on the outside.
Ah.
Right. Move
Cool.
around. But the advantage of that is you don't have to worry about trying to snake a wire in from the outside through your windows.
Correct.
And you would actually be able to drive with it and
Yeah.
maintain connectivity.
Yeah.
One of the advantages of a glass roof.
Yeah.
All right. So are we
Even with the tinting.
Even
are
with
we
tinting.
are we ready to break, Team Avengers, so that we can?
Get some food or what?
Well-
Actually, the
Yeah.
Padre game starts in 10 minutes. That's what I'm breaking for.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Well, we also have, things to do.
We have 5 more to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But somehow I came here thinking I was doing 20 and I'm doing 21 now. It's crazy.
That counts as 2.
And this one's kind of big, so it's like
22.
22. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
22.
All right. Well, for those of you that have stayed for the full 168 minutes, thank you. We really very much appreciate that. Seriously, I so appreciate you guys watching my channel, liking my content. It's really hard to figure out the YouTube algorithm. Like I said, I've only been doing this full time for a couple months now. Larry, earlier in the comments said, what's the best way to support my channel? The best way to support the channel is Patreon. So you can check out my Patreon, but also just watching the content, liking the content, even tweeting out the content. I really, really, really appreciate it because this is my job now, and I am trying to, do it justice and do the best for you guys. And, if that means traveling unexpectedly and, getting cool content like this. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for just supporting the channel. It's been a really crazy transition, honestly. And, but I'm so grateful that I am able to do this. And it really is a lot of it is my Patreons, because as many of you know, especially if you have your own YouTube channel, you know how, hit or miss the YouTube revenue can be extremely hit or miss. In fact, my friend John, Dr. Know-It-All, apparently got demonetized recently, and I think they've since fixed that. But that was just completely random, and then it was like an error on YouTube's part. But if something like that were to happen, it'd be pretty scary, not gonna lie. So, my goal when I quit my job with TV News to do this was to basically give myself a year to see how self-sustaining I could make it. And I'd say we started in June, so it's been a few months. And some really cool things have happened. I mean, I've been able to meet Elon Musk since going full-time, so that's, I don't know, pretty awesome. But I'm just trying to get unique, interesting content that no one else is getting. And so thank you, Stephen, for joining. There's also a very easy option. If you don't want to make a Patreon account, there's a join button right there on the channel. And I don't think it's too much, but thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. Seriously, this is our adventure together, and it has been very fun. Oh, I thought someone was behind me at first. It's me. Weird. I am a little bit tired. I've said that several times. So that probably means I should go, and so long, and maybe go get some food, and then go back because we actually have a lot more work to do. But hopefully you understand why we chopped up that Starlink. You understand that this is not going to waste. This is not some weird experiment that has no purpose. But it's just events coming together that, you know, we just follow. It's like every single trip that I've gone on has connected to a future trip. For example, when I went to the Tesla shareholders meeting in August, I met Scott Walter, that rocket scientist guy, who's also one of my Patreons, so thank you, Scott. And then I found out that he lives in Florida, and then I tried to see the, you know, Artemis attempt. Obviously that was scrubbed, and we're waiting on that again. But he happened to be in Florida, so then I came down here kind of knowing him, and then he was able to help, you know, host me and show me around. And it's a lot easier to do these interviews and this work when I have people that can hold the camera if I need it. And so, you know, being a one-man band, yes, I know how to do it, but it does help when you have friends. You know, what is the saying? Alone you'll go fast, together you'll go far. So, yeah. Some people are saying to stay on. Oh, someone says you're about to break 3 hours. This is your all-time record. Keep going, keep going. I mean, honestly, I could keep going for a little bit. So, people are looking at me like, who is this? And this is a weird trip too, because I basically flown into Orlando, you know, came here to the hotel last night, started working on modifying these Starlinks, you know, got some breakfast, went back to doing this. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be going to Disneyland on this adventure here, but maybe next time. Actually, there was an opportunity to go to Disneyland on the, let's see if they're looking at me. Ah, it's so fun. There was an opportunity. Ed says, how is your battery? I have not looked at my battery at all. All I know is that it was fully charged when I started this. I'd probably have to tilt my phone to look at it, and I don't want to do that because that's going to maybe mess up the orientation. So we will see how low my battery is after we wrap this up here. I'm a little tempted to, you know, go the full distance, go the 3 hours, because why not? Stephen Lewis, oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Disney World in Florida. I grew up in LA, so I spent my childhood going to Disneyland. Yes, I am tired. I am tired and over-caffeinated, so it's like, you know, bandaging a problem that is still there, but it's okay. I'll get sleep. 7 minutes. All right, you guys are cheering me on. I can stay on for 7 minutes. I'm just telling stories at this point. So yeah, so, you know, I'm adopted. I'm left-handed. I grew up in Southern California. Those are all true. Yeah, I try to bring coverage to you from my experience as a TV news anchor. Let's see, maybe I can put this here or something. Nope. Gosh dang it. No, maybe here. Here. Let's see, we get some. Okay. All right, is this okay? It's kind of dark, sorry. Maybe I need to bend down a little bit. This is tough. Okay, Steven says, I'm adopted and left-handed, live in Australia though. Nice. That is a pretty rare combination. Yes, I'm a southpaw. And I was adopted before I was born. So some people say, do you know your birth parents? And I do. So I'm gonna try to put it here. Okay. When I was living in Utah, actually, in Salt Lake City, I got to spend some time with my birth family as an adult. So that was pretty cool, actually. Adoption's great. Mounted Patrolman says that I'm wrong-handed. Well, that's one way to look at it. Streak 9 says that's a cool story that I'm adopted. Yeah, if you guys ever have any questions about adoption, just send me a message. I'm pretty open about it because I've known my whole life, and it's pretty cool. And I think that is great to, you know, tell your children. All right. Okay. This is what happens when we have an on-the-go office. But I'm hanging in here. We're gonna make this 3-hour mark. You guys keep me updated on the time. Yeah. What else do you want to know? What other questions do you have about Ellie? Drop them. I'm here. Not for long, but I'm here. Randy says, my mom was left-handed. She told me all people were left-handed till they sinned. Oh, I've never heard that. But I hear it's like maybe 11% of the population is left-handed. Okay, Leopold wants to know natural blonde. Yes, this is my natural hair color. I actually colored my hair. Jeez, people keep showing up. Once. Many years ago, I dyed it kind of like a reddish brown. My mom was horrified. And I never, well, actually, I take that back. I did go platinum blonde once, and that was also, it's too high maintenance, guys. Like, I don't want to spend money on dyeing my hair. So this is my natural hair color, and that's it. Let's see. How did you get into journalism? That is like a really crazy story because I did not go to journalism school, okay? So most people, they go to journalism school, they do the news internship at, you know, one of those big stations, and then, you know, they have a reel or an audition tape, it's not a tape, an audition video that they make from that internship. I didn't do that. I went to college. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I would totally do things differently now if I went back. And I got an English degree at Loyola Marymount University, go Lions. And I was doing real estate actually in college. And I got my real estate license when I was 19, and I sold one house, so whatever, you know, I at least got one, but I was pretty shy. And my mom is a realtor too, so she had this, you know, vision that we would be partners and do real estate together, and she's always trying to convince me to get back into it. But anyway, I was just a little bit shy, and so I thought, what am I gonna do? And I was like, you know, I always have wanted to be, I thought it would be cool to be a news anchor, but considering that I didn't have like the internship, I didn't know how to get into it. So I found this guy. True story. If you guys have watched Parks and Recreation, you will know that there's a character named Perd Hapley. He is the judge on that show. And anyway, in real life, he was a journalist. He was an anchor for many years. And he was running a Los Angeles reporters clinic. And so, long story short, I hired him to help me make an audition video. I sent it all around the country. I had literally just graduated college. South Dakota news station sent a message and said, do you want to come work as a producer and work your way up the ladder? And, you know, basically I knew nothing about news. I moved there sight unseen in less than 5 days, and the rest is history. So that's how I got into news, but it's totally like not the conventional cookie cutter way. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I knew nothing about news when I got there. They have, you know, they have a whiteboard usually where they talk about the story ideas for the day, and they have, you know, kind of a rundown, or, you know, what are we working on, shooting, fire, whatever, and they're called slugs, is like how they label them. And I saw that the first day, and I'm like, what's a slug? You know, isn't that a bug or something? And so I really did not know anything about TV news, and they took a chance on me, and the same thing happened with my anchoring. I was very surprised when they picked me to be the main anchor in Tri-Cities only 4 years into my career, because the main anchor is usually supposed to be extremely competitive, and I didn't even apply for this job. My boss at the time recruited me, and he sent me a message and said, hey, do you want us to fly you here to Tri-Cities, Washington, and you can try out to be the evening news anchor, and I was like, are you sure that you are contacting the right person? Because I have a 0 news anchoring experience, and whatever, the rest is history. So I guess the lesson from that is that sometimes it's about the people that you know, or just proving that you are willing to learn. And you can still do the things that you want to do and not have the same cookie cutter way that everyone else gets into certain things. Okay, sorry, that was a long story, and there's been more. Yes, everyone needs to get their foot in the door. That's right. So, oh, I did a 3-hour live stream. What was my first report about? A man in South Dakota that was making a mural to honor veterans. And I remember I was so excited to make, just, oh my gosh, my work's gonna go on the news, guys, in South Dakota. But it was very exciting, and then, slowly over time it was still exciting, but less crazy to me that I was on the news. Okay. Okay. There were a couple. What is my favorite food? Easy. Hands down, sushi. If any of you guys know, I've done a few bodybuilding competitions in the past. You would have to diet very, very extremely for several months. And so, after that competition, you would always look forward to, what are you gonna eat? That's not gonna be weighed out chicken and rice. And so it was always, for me, sushi. Sushi will always be my favorite food. So if you're a sushi fan, you have good company. Larry wants to know, do I like to travel? Yes, I do. Sometimes I'm not a fan of flying, but I'm realizing that that's a little bit silly. Even Elon tweeted the other day, he's like, people that are scared of flying or turbulence should not be. And I'm like, I know. It's like almost like, I'm like, did he read my mind or something? Yeah, let's see. All right, so it looks like what camera do you use? Right now I'm using my iPhone, and I'm getting a new one, by the way, because this one's kind of breaking down. Man, sorry that I just have this moving office, guys. But I also do my Sony ZV-1. Okay, Cram wants to know, did you coach Tim Dodd on reporting? Tim Dodd, when I met him, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do an intro that, focuses on the fact that you have a news van and make some joke that I'm getting back into TV news. And he was like right there with me, like willing to act, like totally into it. So Tim Dodd is amazing, you guys. Honestly, I'm surprised that interview hasn't gotten more views, but that's okay. But he's really amazing. He's a really fun guy, and he's a good actor. So, Ellie, do you like pineapple on your pizza? I do. I love pineapple on my pizza, and I don't like ham on my pizza because I don't really eat pork or beef, really, ever. So, there's that. All right, well, now we're talking about food. It's probably boring to some of you guys, so. But thank you guys so much for watching. We did it. We made it over 3 hours, and yeah, I'm gonna get off of here, but I will see you in the next video. Thank you for supporting the channel. I love all of you guys. I'll see you soon.